Tina, good morning, love. ELJ, hello. It's Friday. Hey, DJ. It's Friday. We're back at it, guys. Back on. So let's take it from there. Why don't we let it roll? Come on in. What's up, DJ? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you been, sir? Blessed Grand Rising. Yes, sir, DJ. How have you been? I'm happy to be back on. Happy to be back on. Tomorrow is my princess's birthday, so I'm excited. She turns 10. I'm good, brother. I'm actually better than I was a couple weeks ago. Just I've been spending more time in meditation and spending some time talking to the Creator. I needed to get refocused, and thank you. The GoFundMe. If anybody wants to help my little one, we're taking her to nationals in July. Her birthday is tomorrow. Please go to the GoFundMe link in my bio. Any donation helps. We are trying to raise money because we got to be in Michigan for 10 days, and I am super excited. So thank you so much. And I am good, and I hope that you are too. I've been in a state of flux. I needed to spend some time meditating. I have been reading my Bible, and I have been praying, and I have been asking for some clarity. And this whole TikTok thing, I am in the process of, I figured Go Brunch is what I'm going to use. I'm finally starting to get my separate area. So stay tuned, guys. I know I've been talking about it, but I am slowly building what's going to be my own online platform for everyone that rocks with me to be able to join. It's going to be a private situation because I don't want to be in a situation where if somebody takes an app away, I then lose connection to the people that I'm connected to. So I'm not worried about what TikTok does one way or the other. I have other platforms as well, but I'm going to create my own situation, and I'm going to build it from scratch. So I've been learning. So just stay tuned. And I find that I needed to be reminded of what I do. Yeah, what's funny is I normally don't drink, but there's wine definitely on the menu tonight. I have a couple bottles of Stella Rosa. It's probably going to be Stella Rosa Black tonight, but I got a bowl tonight. My son is coming into town, so I'm excited about that. He's coming in town to celebrate his sister. I haven't seen him since I went up to New York for the baby shower, so it's always great to have one of my children here with me. But I think tonight I'm going to have probably some Grey Goose and pineapple juice because it's been a minute. Whiskey. What kind of whiskey? Relax and chill tonight. Yes, Divine Fire. Exactly. How have you guys been? How's your week been how's your last 2 weeks been? It's been 2 weeks since I've seen you. How have you guys been? And what kind of whiskey, Tina? Ooh, that's my old. Nah, I can't. I start drinking Jack Daniels, boy. Woo. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on a second. This guy may show up again. Oh, it's on the floor. If I start drinking Jack Daniels, where's my book at? I need it anyway. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I start drinking Jack Daniels again. Jack and orange juice, believe it or not. I used to Jack and orange juice because I just like the taste. I found when I drank the shots, thank you. Please have one for me. I used to drink Jack straight, Jack on the rocks, and then I started sipping with orange juice because I found when you drink it on the rocks, you tend to drink too much. And Jack Daniels will have you ready to go. What did you say? Jack Daniels have you at the bar talking about, oh, you said two. Let's go, Tina. I ain't mad at that. Jack Daniels, a cowboy hat just appear out of nowhere. You'd be like, I don't think I heard you correctly, brother. But yeah, I switched from brown liquors to clear liquors because the brown used to upset my stomach. Actually, I have some I guess it's Jack Daniel's yellow. I mean, not yellow, honey something. My brother-in-law brought it when he came for the holidays. It's still sitting on their counter. So I got some 1800, the Jack Daniel Honey Jack, I guess it is, and a bunch of bottles of wine over there on the counter. Tennessee Honey, yeah, that's what it is. I actually have not had any. It's been sitting there for the longest. I have not had any. Like I said, I used to drink brown liquors, and then they started to upset my stomach, and I found vodka or tequila is what I have, and I found that for me, Grey Goose and pineapple juice is one of my favorites. Casamigos is okay if they don't have anything else, but or Crown Apple, I've heard good things about that too, but I don't drink like I used to because I don't hang out. Listen, I'm a homebody these days. I partied enough for 40 years. In the last 37 really, but the last 19 years has just been a real laid back watching. I used to run through some bottles. Yeah. I ain't that man no more. So how have you guys been? Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I am living my life after thriving a narcissist relationship with my pastor. Surviving, I think that is what you're saying, Divine, right? I wanna after thriving, I think you mean surviving, right? I wanna make sure I got that right. But either way, I'm glad you're no longer with someone that was just not doing for you. A narcissist struggles with anything that has nothing to do with them. And you gotcha. I figured as much, Divine. Me too, drinking at home. Yeah, I'm going to probably have some drinks with my son tonight. Like I said, I love when he's here. And he's now a father now, so I get to be pop and we get to have a conversation dad to dad now. So I'm happy to him and see how his first couple of months as a dad has been going. I talked to him on the phone, but now I get to be in his presence, so I love that. But anybody that's dealt with a narcissist, guys, remember, the narcissist, it's all about them. They will do everything to keep you locked in a position where they benefit, even if it means hurting themselves to hurt you so they can gain from that. It's a crazy positioning. And if they're not getting intense professional help, you're better off distancing yourself because they'll absorb everything else about you until there's nothing left and then toss you to the side and then blame you for it happening. So please keep that in mind. But again, anybody that's new here, I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, author, educator, father, husband. And here we get together every Friday from 11:30 to about 1, maybe longer, where we have conversations about the things that can build you up personally, relationships, or anything in between. This is a safe space, so your opinions, your thoughts matter. But please don't come in here disrespectful. Tina is very quick on the block button because we don't play those games here. And there's no reason to waste your time. You'll probably get off one rude statement and then you won't get another one off. So if Tina doesn't get you, I'll get you. So it doesn't make any sense. But what we do here is I attempt to entertain, to educate, and to inform. The goal here is to be able to give you something that when you get offline, you can have a conversation with the people in your circle. So today we're talking about 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. I notice in a lot of my counseling sessions, a lot of people are struggling with put themselves first. A lot of the women are struggling with putting themselves first because we're doing for everybody else and we're not doing for ourselves. And we're going to talk about that. And hopefully I can get you to reverse some of that. So again, I want to thank you for being here. I am a professional counselor. I do have 2 master's degrees. Is my program just about women? No, sir. No, ma'am, BT. It is for whoever needs the information I give. I work with women, mostly women, 40 to 70 years old, but I do work with men as well, and I do work with some children. So it is open to who needs the information. I don't center it on any one particular gender, but most of my clients are women. Unfortunately, a lot of brothers don't want to come and get professional help, but I'm here for them. I'm a man, and I know what professional help did for me. I find programs today are not catering to males, crazy and sad. Well, yeah. Well, first of all, it all depends on what the program is. There's programs for men, there's programs for women, and there's programs that's a unisex. I think it comes down to what you have problems with and what you're looking for in a particular program. Me personally, I don't get into the gender war back and forth. I address men and I address women, and I stay away from those circles that only target one particular group, because to me that's not healing. And I'm about healing. I'm not about the back and forth. I'm about how do we address the things that women do, the things that men do, and how can we come together with each other to fix the things that are wrong, because we need each other. And we can't do this without. And the minute that we start to convince ourselves that we don't need women and we don't need men, we have doomed ourselves. And I think there's too much of that on social media. So no, this is open to whoever. But I do speak to women more than I speak to men. So I hope that helps. So again, guys, you guys in the chat, fill me in. How have you been the last 2 weeks? What you got planned for this weekend? Okay, fill me in, put in the chat. And if this is your first time here, let me know where you're checking in from. I do like to know where in the country people are coming in from. I get a kick out of that. I am currently residing in Delaware this past 8 years, but I'm originally from New York. I have not lost my accent. I refuse to become a Delawarean in that aspect, but it is what it is. Massachusetts, shout out to Massachusetts. I haven't been up to Massachusetts in a while. Went up to Springfield to the Basketball Hall of Fame quite a few times. I love that travel up there. Visiting the weekend, got you, no major plans. I have been divorced almost 5 years and thought I would have found someone by now. I got you. I got something for that Tarnis. I think that's Tarnis' mom's. I wrote this book. Oh, here we go. I wrote this book, 12 Steps to Recovering from Toxic Relationships. Actually, it's a great guide when you've gotten out of any relationship. I am happily divorced and happily remarried. I was married for 10 years to my first wife. And when I realized that we just weren't good for each other, I left, and it was one of the best things I could have did. My wife and I have been together for 24 years, and we have been married for 17. And I am proof that you can get and recover from negative relationships. I wasn't a good husband. My wife wasn't a good wife because we should not have been together. We created 2 wonderful children. Let one go, as you know what that is. I don't want to say all the words. And it was just time to be apart. I had to learn and I had to grow up and I had to become a better husband. So from that negative experience, I was able to become a better husband. So happiness does show up after you get out of a bad relationship. You just need to figure out what that looks like. So it's doable. All right. It's definitely doable. But thank you for being here. And shout out on spring break. Hey, is that Faye? Is that okay? I'm reading that right? Yeah, Faye. Shout out to you, Faye. Now, I think I had this shirt on before. I think, does it create a problem with the comments? I can see them, but if you guys can't, let me know. Because I know it was an issue before. I believe it was this shirt or whatever shirt it was. But I think we'll be okay. But yeah, I wrote a book. I wrote a bunch of books. I've written 7 books. I've been a part of, for anybody that's new, that don't know me, I've written a bunch of books. I've also been featured in Ebony magazine. So if you guys are going, who is this guy just doing all this talking? Yeah, I come to the table with receipts. I've sold you guys that before. I've been featured in Ebony magazine, and Ebony magazine invited me to come do their Black Love issue. Let me just find that for you guys. And I always say that because if an international magazine decided they wanted to rock with me, then maybe you can hang out with me for a little while. So as you see in their Black Love Lessons issue, all right, in 2012, they asked me to have a conversation, so I know a little something that love is not supposed to hurt. There we go. So that is me and my lovely wife, and we're talking about it. So, good morning, Monique. So again, you're in the right place if you're here. And like I said, this is my latest book, 12 Steps to Recovering from a Toxic Relationship. I created a guide to be able to help people figure out what to do when they've gotten out of a bad relationship. This is to help you recover. This is to help give you a guide to position you where you need to be for yourself. And if you want to know who I am, I put that in the book too, From Gigolo to Jesus. Yes, I even put my own memoir out there. And again, the goal was to tell the story, how I went from being a misogynistic whore to a loving husband, man of God. Everybody has to come from something. So I wanted to make sure that you guys learn that about me. Hey, Benita, I'm sorry. Good to see you. And good morning again, Monica. And again, if you are new, let me know where you're checking in from. We're going to get started in a minute, but tell me how your last 2 weeks have been. I missed last week, so I wasn't on. And again, if you guys have been following me, you know that I'm raising money for my little girl. I'm taking her to Michigan in July. She has become eligible for nationals, and so we're raising money for that. Please support. Her birthday is tomorrow, so if you want to give an early birthday present, by all means, please do. She is studying Chinese. She's going to turn 10 years old. She's on the honor roll, and I am super proud of her. So I have no problem asking for assistance for her. It is not for me. I'll just be the person handling the money to get her to where she got to go. But I'm super proud of the work that she's doing. And she's quirky, but she's mine. And it's okay, because she sometimes tells me, she said, Daddy, the kids tease me because I'm not on social media. I said, don't worry about that. You're good. You're good. You're good. You don't have no social footprint. You don't have anything. You're good. And you're an outstanding artist. She's actually had her work featured at Dell State, one of the HBCUs here. So I keep her off of social media on purpose. So you can go look at some of the videos on my page. But again, any help is appreciated. And thank you for sharing. Yeah, you guys share this out to your folks. Make sure you tap the screen. We're going to keep the hearts going. We always have a goal of 20,000 or more hearts or likes. We're good to go. And again, today we're talking 10 reasons why you should put yourself first. All right, with the idea of helping everybody that's on. So before I get into that, let me ask you guys in the chat. First of all, thank you all for being here. How many of you have struggled with putting yourself first at some point where it was about your kids, your husband, your lover, whoever, family? How many of you at one time or another have struggled with placing yourself first? Please put it in the chat. If it's me, put me in the chat. Thank you, JT. I did. Oh, my God. I got you, Tina. And, Tina, it was a pleasure to talk with you the other day. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have a conversation with you. I got you, Dapper. Me, I got you. I got you. And this is not, and again, men, women, doesn't make a difference. Many of us place ourselves behind to do for others. How many of you in the chat, rock out with me, have done that, helped others, and left yourself feeling completely empty? Most of the time, being a mom, everyone is before me. I understand that. That is the mindset that a lot of people take, Benita. And actually, that is the wrong mindset, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So I'm asking you, how many of you, when you have helped everybody else, and when you look down in the cup, there was nothing left for you? How many of you have positioned yourself that after you poured out to everybody, there was nothing left for you? Help me out. Yes, it is. Now it's me time. Come on now. Come on now. I think many of us have been there where we have done for everybody, our children, our spouses, everybody. It was my pleasure. Yes, thank you. I look forward to it too, Tina. I had a great time meeting you. Thank you so much. And also, thank you for the support of buying my book. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah, I was close to just throwing everything off the table and saying I'm done. But the last month, the Lord has been allowing me to see and meet people that have helped me recharge my battery. I was ready to just go, I'm done. And I think that's what can happen sometimes when you work for yourself. Now, you were one of those people that helped too, Tina. Thank you. Yeah, but it can be very daunting when you work for yourself, when you do for yourself. And I know where a lot of entrepreneurs quit. Everybody's back outside now. So a lot of things that they were investing in terms of personal health, they're not. And you have to try to figure out, how can you continue to be there for those people to help them? How would I get through this? No one else out there. I understand. Thank you. And Tina, when I say to you that you helped me, thank you, because people like yourself and a lot of the people that I've met this past month, God sent me to remind me what I do. And let me tell you something, to everybody watching, do not be shocked if at times you can't see yourself or you're not sure where you're supposed to be going. I want you to understand it is perfectly natural to get lost and not figuring out where you're supposed to be or who you are. And I'm not saying to a complete negative, but sometimes it can be daunting. And I needed to pray and meditate, and I needed to remind myself. And then God sent me some other reminders. And so now I'm in the process. I met with my business coach the other day, and there's some things I'm going to work on. There's some things I'm going to change. And one of the biggest things is to build the community away from social media. So I'm not worried about if they stop TikTok or any of the other platforms. I'm trying not to be on them anyway. I want to have a private space that the people who are there with me want to be there with me. I'm not worried about everything else. And I'll feed the people who take care of me and stuff like that. We're going to put ourselves in a position that I can heal the right way. Plus, I don't like the fact that I have to watch how I say something, even though it might be perfectly medically sound on these apps. I'm not with that. So that's another thing too, is we got to be careful because these apps are changing how we speak. And that can create a problem, is if you change the way people talk, you can control the way that they think. And I know a lot of people may not understand that or not understand that aspect of what these apps do. But when you have people trying to explain to a clinician about unaliving because you can't use the actual word, well, words have power. And if I delete your use of those words, I delete your use of that power. So be very careful when you're on these apps that you don't find yourself in your regular conversations using language that you heard. A GUN is a GUN. Stop walking around and saying a pew pew because you heard it here on social media. That's not language. Don't allow somebody to shape how you speak. Please understand, you shape the way that they talk, you then can shape the way that they move. Let me just say to everyone here, if you are looking to speak, thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. And that's another thing too, is I'm standing on business in terms of the people that have come to me and work with me. Again, I needed to be reminded, it's not about the masses, it's about the few. The masses will get what they get, but I'm here for the few. I think if we start to worry about the masses, we lose ourselves and we lose our ability to see the few. And I think you're seeing that now with the Risa Tisa situation. I want her to make as much money as she can from her situation. But the copycats now don't realize that they may be opening the doors to destruction because she's going to get help, even if she didn't get help when the finances come in. But there's a lot of other people who have the same pains as her who are not going to get the help that she got. And when you try to recreate what she did, you're now in a lane that's not yours, which could set you up for further destruction. So that's the downside of a Risa Tisa situation, because we look at the individual and the masses start to try to recreate the individual instead of standing on their own. And when you do that, you risk being hurt worse. But that's another story for another day. All right, so we're going to get ready to get into today's focus. 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. So just a few housekeeping things before I get started. If you're new here, all you got to do is hang out, take notes on your tablet, on your phone, or if you're still writing on notebooks, that's cool too. I still do. Tap the screen. Keep tapping the screen. We have a goal of 20,000 likes or more, because that sends a message out to TikTok to let them know we're over here, and other people will find me as they're searching up their For You page. So we always want to keep the doors open and the lights on. And the other thing is be respectful. We don't always have to agree, but you do not get an opportunity to be rude. You get one, because we got to see that you're rude before we kick you out. So I would say save it. If you don't agree with something I say, that's okay. But you cannot be disrespectful and you cannot be rude. I do not know everything. I am not God, but I do know a lot. But if you don't agree with me, that's okay. You just cannot be rude or disrespectful. We don't do that here. This is an adult space, and we don't do the yelling and screaming. And no, the box is not open. But if you needed it open, if you had something that you really needed to talk to me about, I will open up the box. But please make sure it's connected to what we are talking about. I hate going off on tangents. I also have ADD, so when I go off on tangents, I'm all over the place. So I have music on to keep me focused. The hearts actually keep me focused, and I am here for your entertainment. And I will do the best I can with that. Okay? So if you're ready, if you guys are ready, put I'm ready in the chat. If you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get this list started of 10 reasons why you can put yourself first is good for your mental health. Put I'm ready in the chat. Let's get this started. I'm here for you guys. Let's go. Tina's ready. JT is ready. Benita's ready. Let's go. Put I'm ready in the chat. Let's get it started. DJ is ready. Let's go. DJ, I passed by. I think you were talking about the brother from New York. It's too funny. All right. Tanya's ready. Lady T's here. Hey, Lady T. She's ready. And again, thank you, Tanya. All right, so you guys are ready. Here we go. So, 10 reasons why putting yourself first. Let me turn this down just a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. Putting yourself first is often associated with selfishness, right? But in reality, prioritizing your own well-being can have numerous positive effects on your mental health. You are not being selfish by putting yourself first. So we're going to go through number one, which I think a lot of people struggle with. And again, this list was put together based on what the feedback I've gotten from my counseling sessions and things that I have seen. So I try to put them in an order, but they're all connected. So number one is self-care. Number one is self-care. A lot of times we will neglect our self-care because we're trying to take care of others. So self-care, prioritizing yourself allows you to engage in self-care activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. This can include activities like meditation, exercising, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones, all which contribute to improved mental health. You become better when you are taking care of yourself. And I want you all to remember what I'm talking about today is you doing this for you because it will allow you to do for other people. Don't neglect your self-care. What are some of the self-care routines that you guys have in the chat? Put it in the chat what you do. And if you got multiple things, put it in the chat. Me, I like to read the Bible. I like to meditate. I bowl. I like to travel. A big guy, of course, I like to eat. I take care of me. I take care of me. I spent those years taking care of everybody else and leaving nothing for me. I won't do that again because I put myself in a bad spot years ago when I was married the first time. I didn't know how to actually take care of me. So what are some of the self-care things that you guys do? What's the one or two things that you do? Yeah, take dinner and drinks. Nothing wrong with that. Just don't go through bottles though, Tina. Just, half a bottle. Movies and so on. I love it. I get out of bed. Anita, that is not a bad thing. Do you know how many people don't want to get out of bed? And yes, getting out of bed, nothing wrong with that. But after you get out of bed, what do? Treating myself on vacation. Yes, come on now. Nothing like seeing women when they're on vacation alone. I can tell you as a man that traveled a lot, that's a sexy look. I'm just letting you know. And then when they did Stella Got a Groove Back, everybody out here being called Stella now. But I understand. I have traveled a lot. And there's nothing sexy than a woman who's just standing on business on her own on vacation. It is a sexy look. Don't get that twisted, ladies. And men be out there like this. Who that in the rap? Music, one of my favorites. I'm always listening to music. It's one of the reasons why I play music during the show. I listen to music for hours. Yes, I'm with you, Anita. Me too. I listen to music when I'm writing up my progress notes. I listen to music when I was teaching. Other teachers used to get upset. The kids are complaining they want me to play music because you play music. I said, I don't care what you do in your classroom. I play music in my classroom. And the kids used to tease me. Why you keep putting on that old stuff? You better enjoy it. Crocheting. My daughter just got into knitting. She just got a set of knitting needles. She's learning how to, is it knitting or crocheting or they're separate? I don't know. I just know she has yarn all over the place and she calls herself trying to make a sweater because my wife can knit or crochet. I don't know. You have to help me out. Which one is it, Glove? Well, let me book myself in Hawaii. Yes, listen. I'm going to tell you what you do. All you got to do is make sure them legs is out. Make sure you have the wrap around the waist. A one piece if you're not feeling comfortable with the two piece, but two pieces work too. But I'm just telling you, if the skin is glistening and the heat is right and you had a couple drinks, trust me, it's a good look. It's a good look, especially when you come out to the pool. Make sure you sashay though, smoothly though. Don't swing it all over the place. Just smooth walk up to the pool. Because what we're waiting to see is who the dude she with. And when we realize no dude show up, hey, there you go. But be careful of thirsty Jacksons. There's a bunch of those running around. The thirsty cats is always running around. Be careful of the thirsty dudes. Quiet time with plants. I could never get into plants. Benita, my wife loves plants. She has rose bushes outside. She has, I guess those are tulips outside. And she has a bunch of plants here in the house. She'll just send me a text to go water them. And I'm like, why I got to water them? They ain't mine. But, happy wife, happy life. I go water the plants. I try not to water them too much because then she gets mad that she says, you're trying to kill my plants. I'm like, I'm really not. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just spraying. I'm like, you didn't tell me how much. But it's great to hear. So it looks like you guys got a lot of things. Now, before I go on to number 2, how many of y'all weren't doing that before? How many of you weren't doing those things for yourself before? Or were these things that you've been doing for yourself the whole time? How many of you weren't doing that for it? Okay, Tina said me. How many of you were not doing these things before? We're literally letting everything else be done before you thought about doing these things for yourself. Put me in the chat if that was you. Because we got to identify the things that were preventing us from taking care of ourselves. And one is just neglect. Many of us just simply neglected ourselves. We just didn't do it. We didn't do it. We put ourselves, depression kept me in bed. Now, Anita, is that clinical depression, meaning that you actually got clinically diagnosed, or you felt it was depression? And the reason why I say that is I hear a lot of people use that term depression, but I don't know if they've been clinically diagnosed. And there is a difference. Because if you've been clinically diagnosed, then there's a whole regimen that your doctor, your psychologist would have given you. But some people were just in very bad places, so they said that they were depressed. And I try not to claim that if it's not something that you've been diagnosed with. Because sometimes we're just in a bad space. We're in a depressed state, but it may not be actual depression. That's why I ask when I see that. And I'm not neglecting what you said, so please don't take it the wrong way. Because a clinical diagnosis is something different. Many of us have not gotten clinically diagnosed. We just accept what we take on. Lovely Lady Locks is here. Good to see you, love. All right, so we're going to go on to number 2. Greetings. Great to have you here, darling. All right, so we're going to go on to number 2 in the 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. Are you guys ready for number 2? And keep those hearts going up on the side. Thank you so much. Let's get 10 twos. Let's do it real simple. Let's put 10 twos in the chat before we go on to number 2 of the 10 reasons why you need to put yourself first. There's one. And just follow Tina's lead. Tina will lead the way. So we got 2. Thank you, JT. Thank you, Benita. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, lovely Lady Locks. Thank you, Glove. Appreciate you. Thank you, 88888. Thank you. And again, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Thank you, Anita, again. Oh, we have 2 Anitas here. Love it. All right, so number 2, and this is one I see a lot of people suffer with. Thank you, Lady T. Boundaries. Number 2, 10 reasons why you should put yourself first. You need to establish boundaries. All right? Write that one down. Boundaries. Putting yourself first involves setting boundaries with others and honoring your own needs and limits. Establishing healthy boundaries protects your mental health by preventing burnout, resentment, and feeling overwhelmed. Now, I want you to be very honest with me, guys, because I see this often in my counseling sessions. How many of you struggle with setting boundaries, and how many of you struggle with affirming your boundaries? Put me if it's both. How many struggle with boundaries, and how many of you struggle with asserting your boundaries? So put me if it's both. One me. Okay, I did. Okay, got you. Because I've had people say, well, I told them this. And I said, okay, how'd you enforce it? I didn't. So you told them the boundary. You just didn't stand on business. Lady Driver, got you. Me. I understand. JT, me. I got you. And the boundaries help protect your peace of mind, guys. The boundaries also let people know what you're willing to deal with and not deal with. Got you, Nita. Because your boundaries are what allow you to be able to carve out places for your peace. And if we set boundaries and then we erase them, we're teaching people how to treat us. And you must want to be treated well. You also must demand that you be treated well. Don't have issues with boundaries, peace of mind. Come on, Benita, let's go. And this is why we got to realize we're all at different levels, guys. And that's important. Boundaries was something that I struggled with in my first marriage because I would say something, then my ex-wife would get upset or whine and complain, and I just erase the boundary and be like, okay. I would just give in because I didn't want to argue and I didn't want to hear her mouth. And I didn't realize that I was harming myself by doing that. I was harming my own peace of mind by doing that. I would set the boundary, she would complain, and I'd be like, okay, and I'd give in to it. No, hey, what's going on, Closet Talk? No problem. Great to see you passing through. Keep fighting the man. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't mad at you. Thank you, Mo. But yeah, so boundaries are important, guys, because again, I'm going to read it again. Putting yourself first involves setting boundaries with others, honoring your own needs and limits. Establishing healthy boundaries protect your mental health by preventing burnout, resentment, and being overwhelmed. Yes, social wellness is everyone's responsibility to create boundaries and our brains and healthy. Yes, everyone should. Yes, Ari, every one of us should have boundaries. Thank you so much. Appreciate the gift. Appreciate that. Thank you for the lightning bolt. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the gifts. But one of the things I noticed in my counseling sessions that people say, well, I told them. And I said, and I'm like, okay, thank you for the crown. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Mo. But you telling them and then not standing on it teaches them something different. Hey, Shelly, good to have you here, love. Remember, a boundary is only as good as how you stand on it. You cannot tell a man or a woman, don't do that, and then when they push and you go, okay, no, hey, you can do that to me. No, same thing with kids. I worked 24 years in the New York City school system. My boundaries were clear. But I would see parents come up and I would say, they didn't do their homework. Okay. And they moved the goalposts. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, no, you got to talk to your child. And even now in my mentor program, I had 3 young men decided they were going to get a little physical with each other. Hello, Nina. And we don't do any fighting in my after school program. It normally will get you kicked out. So when I had all 3 of them sitting there, I said, all 3 of you have now gotten kicked out. Hey, how we doing, Miss New York? I said, what are y'all going to do to fix this? What are y'all going to do to prevent me from kicking you out of this program? And before I could go any further, one of the young men said, hey, Rich. One of the young men apologized to the young man he pushed. Then the other young man figured out that's what he needed to do, and he apologized. And the third young man said, I'm sorry for even allowing myself to get to that point, Mr. Keith. I said, I respect all 3 of you. So here's the thing. I'm not going to kick you out because you figured out what to do. And I'm like, okay. But here you've burnt your one pass with me. Now here's the thing I want you to understand, guys. When I say that to a child, if they were to do the behavior again that I just said don't do, even if I love the child, they got to go. Because a boundary is only as good as the firmness that you keep it on. Because if I tell the kids I'm going to be firm and then I don't, no. You apologize, you did what you're supposed to do, you figured out what was supposed to happen, cool. Do it again, you got to go. And I was that way as a dean, I was that way as a teacher. When you're in my hallways, if I catch you, I wouldn't care if you were a 95 student. You in these hallways playing around and I get you, yeah, you're going to get detention. I don't want to hear it. You knew better. And the boundaries were clear because that's how we keep people safe. Now, to all of you, your mental health is based on you protecting your peace. Do you know how many times when I ask people, what do you want in a counseling session, they go, peace of mind? Do you know you control that? You control your peace of mind. The problem is we give a piece away. We give it away. Thank you so much for sharing. We can't give our peace away, so set those boundaries, guys. Super important. All right, how many people now in the chat, just put me, when I say boundaries, you think of a time that you put your foot down only to turn around and give in to the person when you knew you shouldn't have. Just put me in the chat if it's me. I want to show the connection that we have. Put me in the chat if you set a boundary and then you just fold it up on it. Okay. I got you, Biffy. Got you, Richard. Got you, Kimberly. We all been there. Thank you, Globe. We've been there. We all have. Now, we don't all hang out, but we've all been through some things. We have been through some things. Now I'm going to ask an adult question. It's Friday, so I'm going to ask. Thank you, Nita. How many of us set a boundary? Thank you, Lady T. Set a boundary. And the person loved or physical or sexed us away from that boundary. How many of us set a boundary and the person that we was with sexed us away from that boundary and caused that boundary to disappear through physical interaction? Put me in the chat. Glove said me. And I can tell you as a manipulator, it's one of the greatest weapons on the planet. When somebody tells you no, get them over near a bed. And then convince them that that boundary is not necessary. The old me. Come on, Biffy. And if you pay attention to Baby Boy, he thought that that was the answer after putting his hands on her. If you remember, he was trying to get her into the bedroom. That's not the way you fix it. But a lot of us have been trained to condition that when something ain't going right, get to the bedroom. That's not the fix. That's an expression of. That's not the fix. That's why the makeup sex is fantastic, but you had to do the makeup first. Many of us will go to the physical simply to be able to create whatever. Hey, thank you, Auntie. I'm here. Appreciate you. Glad to see you. Yeah, I'm back. I wasn't here last week. I'm back. Me will never allow that now. Thank you. Nope, I'm not that one. I got you. And you got to understand, guys, is that a lot of it is what we were taught, what we were told, and actually what happened to us. Some of us, because we were treated badly, we then treated other people that way as well. And this is how generational curses, or how we carry baggage from one relationship to another relationship. Thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate that. And keep tapping the screen, guys. We're almost at 10K. I appreciate you. Keep tapping the screen. So boundaries are important because boundaries not only protect, they foster growth. They protect us from foolishness, and they protect our peace, and then it allows our peace to grow. So boundaries have multifaceted, but you gotta stand on business, as the kids say. Have to. Don't set a boundary and then erase it because the person didn't like it. A lot of people are not going to like your boundary. That's okay. Thank you so much for, I don't know what that is. What is that there? Rainbow charms. All right. Thank you. Come on. Your boundaries may not sit well with other people. So what? If you put it in place to protect you, stand on it. If they want to have a conversation with you about what they may not like, converse with them, but stand on it. Yes, it makes others respect you. Very true, Benita. Hey, Angel Cakes, how's the day treating you so far, sweet little Tootsie Roll? Hey, Angel Cakes, how's the day treating you so far, my sweet little Tootsie Roll? I'm going to say I'm okay. The second part is a little iffy. I haven't been called a Tootsie Roll in a long time, but I am good. That's a little shaky, and it's in all caps, but okay, I am great. Angel Cakes and Tootsie Rolls. A little food fetish there, but okay, I'm not mad at that. I've been called a lot of things. Sorry, Sugar Plum, that's just the way I talk. Okay, that don't mean it's not taken in an offensive way that you come in here in all caps and keep addressing me as food. I don't know, is it because I'm a big guy or something like that? I don't know, but okay. And understand, you may say that's the way that you talk. Always remember to check how a person takes what you say. Because if a person takes it, or I'm not, but if you take it the wrong way, you can't stand on business and say, that's just how I am, if it bothers the person you're speaking to. Because then after a while, they're going to disconnect. All right, Tina. I was trying to help my man. Yeah, I already know what's going to happen. Take care, brother. I guess I am a snack. Well, first block of the day. You're awesome man of God. You need... You're awesome man of God. You need to be out to our indigenous. Now, listen, I'm here. I guess you're a snack. Boundaries, respect, contingent, integration, other feelings. Yes, I am here. I am. I knew it was coming. He's like, I had to go one more connection to food. And see, that's the funny thing. Now, you just saw the way a boundary works. Tina and I are in connection with each other. If you see the little eyes that Tina put up, we gave the person a chance. They ran up to the boundary and kept tossing little things over. You got to go. I feel a little offended. I don't even like some of those fruits. Angel cake, though? Ain't no Tootsie Roll this big, though. Now, disrespect is how a person takes it. It wasn't disrespectful. Rude, yes. Disrespectful, no. It was actually kind of cute. I'm not playing about my... Come on, Tina. Tootsie Roll, I can see, though. I am kind of big Tootsie Roll. That would be kind of cool, though. A Tootsie Roll my size? No, I'm just joking. You have sugar. You'd have diabetes for like 10 years. A Tootsie Roll my size. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. So we're going to go on to number 3 with no more food references. We are farmers. Yes, we are. And that is the thing, is that we have to offer our wares just like farmers do, Ari. And we got to be able to create the crops too. So let me get 10 threes, and we're going to go on to number 3 as well. So come on, let's get 10 threes. Let's get focused again. Let's get our minds off of food. I know it's around lunchtime for some of y'all. And peaches too. That was a weird combination. Angel cake, Tootsie Roll, and peaches. Ugh, that's a lot of sugar. Yeah, that's not me. That's too much sugar. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Benita. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Glove. Thank you, DJ. Here we go. Plums. Yeah, plums a little bit better. Not as sweet. I dig plums, especially when you get soft plums. That's just me. I've always enjoyed soft plums. All right, number 3, and sugar plums. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, sugar plums. Oh, Lord. All right. Real sugar plums. Is it Christmas? All right, number 3. This one here, number 3, is one that I really want you to take note of, because I notice a lot of people struggle with this one. Self-compassion, guys. Self-compassion is number 3. Self-compassion. I'm going to read it in a second. I'm just giving Tina time to put it in the chat for you for your notes. Self-compassion. Number 3 on the 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. Self-compassion. All right? Now, prioritizing yourself encourages self-compassion, which involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially during challenging times. Self-compassion fosters a resilience and emotional well-being. This is the one where you must grant yourself grace. I don't know the number of people who sit with me in a counseling session and they would beat themselves up if I allowed it. I do not. I do not allow denigration of oneself. I do not allow that. I'm not going to allow you to sit in my presence and beat yourself up. That's not what we're here for. You must grant yourself grace. Self-compassion is a way to allow yourself to heal. I cannot help you heal if you are beating yourself about something that has already happened. It's happened. It has been done. I get it. Now, let's take the information from that and let's work on you healing. Thank you for the hearts. Keep tapping the screen. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Don't fight me on that one. It is okay to be uncomfortable with yourself, but don't beat yourself up. That's what I'm here for. I have too many women with low self-esteem, prey to narcissists. They need healing. Yes, they do, but men also. I don't want to just make it just one-sided. Too many people are victims of narcissists, and we don't need the caps. I have an issue with caps. I'm sorry. I want to just say that. There's no reason for them. We're good. Because pain is pain. Men, women, whoever, pain is pain. I got you. And we understand that there's this, and I'm not one that looks at it any one-sided. Because at the end of the day, we're all being hurt by the people that, no, I got you. Check challenges. I have been there in the classroom, Ari. Trust me, I do understand. And the thing that I'm saying is because many of us put our trust and love into somebody who hurt us. I was the dude that did the hurting for a lot of years. So I do understand it. I was the wolf. Now I'm the shepherd. But the number of people who don't want to let go of the pain, please understand this. Listen to me, guys. Healing and pain can't occupy the same spot. At some point, the healing has to get behind the wheel, and you got to put that pain in the trunk. And I know many of us don't want to let go of the pain because if the pain is there, then new pain can't come. I get it. But you got to be comfortable with letting it go so the healing can happen. And I know it's hard. I know the hurt. I got you, Don. I know the hurt can feel overwhelming. But this is where the self-compassion kicks in. This is where you must allow yourself kindness, understanding, acceptance. If you gave from an honest position and somebody hurt you, that's not your fault. Now, if you closed your eyes to a person hurting you and ignored them hurting you, yes, you played a role in it. That still doesn't mean you beat yourself up. It means we acknowledge what you did, figure out why you did it, and now let's prevent it from happening again as we go forward. We don't carry the pain from the past forward. We carry the information from the past forward. I go back in the past to get information. We don't bring the emotions forward. We're dealing with that. We're dealing with that. So please understand that you must grant yourself self-compassion. Now I'm going to ask a very big question to you guys in the chat. How many of you, and again, just say me. I want to say something when I'm done too. I'll say it in a second. Let me ask the question first. How many of you in the chat beat yourself up sometimes so badly you don't know what to do when you've made a mistake or when somebody has hurt you? Put me in the chat. If you have been that person or are that person, put me in the chat. If you're a person that finds it very difficult to let go of the pain. Thank you, JT. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Nita. Thank you, Tina. And that's the first thing, being honest, guys. I was that person. Hey, Foxy. Good to see you. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Glory. Thank you, Lady P. Thank you, Thunder. And I want to say this before I go any further, and I forgot to say it at the beginning. Guys, if anything I say in this live or any live that I'm on triggers you, please just leave. Just look. I don't want to see you triggered, and I'm not there to help. I'm not here to hurt anybody. If anything that I'm talking about is causing you to have thoughts of things that are causing you pain, please log out. The replay will be over on YouTube. You can go over there to watch it if you like, but please do not go into the weekend triggered by something I said. I'm sorry if I've done that, but I want to say that before we go any further. If anything that I say or do when I'm on live triggers you, please just leave. You don't even have to tell me, just go. And I will not get upset. I'm not worried about that. I don't want to trigger anybody into memories or things that are bothering them, and I cannot help you. Only God can heal matters of the heart? Yes, but he sends people to do it, Benita. And we have to be careful when we share that, because then people will stop listening to other people when they say only God. God uses people to help other people. Hence Hezekiah and Isaiah. Isaiah showed up to tell Hezekiah he was going to die. Then Hezekiah went in to pray, and then God spoke to Isaiah. He never spoke to Hezekiah. And Hezekiah had to trust and believe that Isaiah, a man of God, was there to help him, which he was. So we got to be careful when we say only God. God is the force behind everything, but he uses everybody in some form or fashion to help those who are in need. And that's the use of God using medicine. So when you folks, if some of the old saints say God ain't never used medicine, so I don't believe in it, stop right there. Say, well, what did Isaiah go to Iliad to get? A balm. A balm is medicine. God didn't need to use medicine. He was showing us that he can use medicine. And that is super important. So we have to make sure, because sometimes when God sends us people, we miss it. And we'll literally close the healer out. And that's what the healer does. I got a whole testimony about that. Gotcha. Thank you, Foxy. But that's what it is, self-compassion. So circle number 3, guys, because I have a lot of people struggle with number 2 and 3. I put those up top instead of at the bottom on purpose, because I wanted to make sure I got your attention. A lot of people struggle with boundaries, and a lot of people struggle with self-compassion. And we have to, again, don't beat ourselves up. And I know a lot of us won't come to counseling. I tell people all the time, God gave us, yes, Auntie Evie, every ology is under God. Psychology, sociology, all of them. I have a master's degree in human service counseling, specializing in Christian ministry. All of the ologies fall under God. And Jesus is the example of the greatest mentor, teacher. I am in Delaware. Greatest teacher, greatest psychologist everywhere. If you watch the way he moved, he showed you exactly the way we should deal with people, even rude people, even people that we know is looking to do us dirty. So all you people that feel that you got to make a response video for somebody who did you dirty, please. Thank you, Foxy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Gloria. Gloria, you're in the right place. And the idea is for all you people that feel you have to say something. No, you do not. And the question becomes, how do you ever get to the position of feeding your enemy if you feel you got to go back at your enemy at all times? You do not. It is about control of self. And when I can control myself, my enemy has no power over me. even if the enemy is inside my home. But sometimes we need a trigger. We need something that's going to help us figure out what we need to do to be able to fix that. All right. And I'm here for that. I am definitely here for that. All right. So you guys ready for number 4? Let's get 10 fours in the chat. We're going to go simple. Oh, we got 33 people here. Nice. Keep tapping the screen, guys. I like the hearts going up. But let's go for number 4. Let's get 10 fours in the chat. Follow Benita's lead. Oh, Benita's up front. Foxy, Tina, DJ, Glove. Let's go. Got you. What's a call number? What's a call number? I'm lost, Ari. What's a call number? Help me out with that. I always like clarity before I answer. Thank you for the fours, guys. I appreciate you. Okay. Everything, all my links is in my bio. If you click on my bio, you'll see all of my information, all my professional links, everything is in my bio. Just click on the Linktree link, everything that you need, everything from my books, everything to reach me, everything. My websites, everything is there. All right, so we're going on to number 4, reduced stress. Reduced stress is number 4. Reduced stress. 10. No, I got you. No, I got you. Yeah, everything is in my bio. So every way to reach me, set up free calls and everything is in there. That's where you can reach me. Stress. Reduce stress. Now, do you understand that stress is the one thing that you can control, but it is a silent killer because our bodies, and it's called homeostasis. Homeostasis is the body trying to get balanced, trying to get back to neutral. Many of us, like frogs, will keep trying to adapt to the stress until we are no longer alive. Let me just read this real quick. When you prioritize yourself, you're better equipped to manage stress effectively. Taking time to relax, recharge, and decompress helps reduce stress levels and promotes a greater sense of calm and balance. One of the things I do not do is get stressed because it can unalive you. And I hate not using the actual words here, but I do not want to get banned again. I got banned for using a medical term, which made no sense to me. And even when I put in the appeal, they basically said you can't use medical terms. But please understand, stress is something that you control. Also, it's the reason why you should let things go. Do you know that people of color have higher levels of stress because we were taught years ago as enslaved folks to hold in negativity and deal with it? No. You let that go and find a way to relax yourself, or you are actually just going to just expire. Thank you so much, Ari. Thank you so much, Benita. We have to learn to let stress go. Now, this is where the physical part kicks in. You want to go jump in the bed behind this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sex is a great stress reliever if it's your person. Don't be out humping somebody else's person. That's a whole different live. And if you don't have nobody, go pull out your rose and knock yourself off. That's, again, a way to really... Or work out. Come on, Foxy. Or work out. Let's go. So, now, in the chat... I'm going to ask anyway. In the chat, how do you reduce stress? I'm scared to ask this question. Or smoke. Okay, yeah, marijuana's legal. We're leaving it at marijuana, right? We ain't putting nothing else in there. Legal substances, by the way. You don't. Oh, Donna, we got to fix that. You got to find something to be able to help you relax, love. Put it in the chat what you do. The gym, great one. Gives off endorphins, and those endorphins cause the body to relax as the muscles heal. Sing, another good one. Singing triggers those endorphins, especially when you're singing with a purpose. And as my man Maxwell said, I've never sang a song with all my might. It actually changes the way the body feels. Playing games is another great one. Music, which I love, which you will always hear music when I'm on. Praying and farm, let's go. Now, I think it's the tech, praying and farm. You know what? You know what's funny? I've been on farms. You know, farming is quite cathartic. You could be out on a farm doing some things between the animals and everything else. When I was in Jamaica, I was having fun playing with the goats until I realized how curry goat was made. Haven't eaten goat since 2000. Watch a good movie while in bed. Come on now. I'm dead serious. I loved curry goat until I was in Jamaica and saw how curry goat is actually made. And something about the two goats I was playing with. Find something to laugh about. Always, Kimberly. I love a good humor. I was playing with the two goats, and the lady came out. Okay. Live age restriction. Your live has content themes not suitable for younger audience and has been age restricted. Okay. See, and this is another reason why I just got a little notification that said my live is not eligible for age, which I have no idea. This is what I'm talking about. So when you wonder why you're not going to see me in the future, it is right here. I don't like anybody restricting what adults talk about. So I am building my online compound, which I will shift all this over to. I don't like to having anybody tell me what to do. I am very non-compliant. My wife says it all the time. She said, "You like being a rebel." I said, "I really don't. I just don't. I can't. I don't even like line dancing. That's just me. I don't like seeing a bunch of people all dancing the same way. I'm so non-compliant with things. If everybody going right, I'm going left just because everybody went right. That's just me. It's why I couldn't serve in the armed services. You could never get me to jump in a hole and just say, do it. What's in there? Just do it. Nope. You got to tell me something. Yeah, I've always been wanting to do my own thing, but I realize it's what God wanted me to do to be who I am right now. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate that. All right, so you guys have to reduce stress. That's the fun part. Now I get you. Listen, I'm not knocking those that enjoy line dancing. Me, I don't like none of it. I don't like seeing a whole group of people all doing the same thing. That's just me. I really don't. I from the Macarena to the electric slide and just the cha-cha slide, the wobble, you name them, I don't like none of them. No, I'll do it because ain't nothing else to do. But do I like it? Nope. Nope. That's just me. I'm non-compliant that way. Thank you. Thank you, Glo. I was like, please don't leave me out here all by myself. You get off beat and get back in. No, I do not. I can dance. Oh, no. Big man can dance. You know how hippos and elephants can swim very well? That's me on the dance floor. You don't write a book called From Gigolo to Jesus and you don't have the skills. I am at home on a dance floor. I was partying every weekend when I was in New York. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Keep tapping the screen. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. Keep tapping the screen, guys. We're almost at 20K. Keep going. We're going to go for a high number today. But yeah, I just, and the funny thing is, I'll get out there just because I hate being antisocial. But I am the most antisocial guy in the world. We need your, no, I'll still be here. I'm just creating a place where we can have real, honest conversations without limitations or worry about being shut down. Also, by being able to create the group the way I want it, now when I can get all of you on a Zoom call and we can all share, we can actually really get into the conversations deeper, which I think will help. But I have to create the space that I want. And then, of course, I have to put certain boundaries in place. And, we'll see what happens when that comes. So I'm looking at Go Brunch right now as one of the platforms that I'm going to create. But I got to learn it. I don't like to just pay somebody to create it for me because then I'm beholden to them. I will build the foundation of my house and then pay people to do the work inside it. So that's just me. Because I feel it's necessary because for who I am and for what I'm trying to do for people, I need people to feel comfortable speaking the way they speak. I don't want folks trying to figure out if this app or that app or this platform or that platform is going to just cut everything off because somebody said a comment or said something that everybody in the room understands, but the app's algorithm said, nope, they're having an inappropriate conversation. No, like now I just got an age restriction and all I was doing is talking about the physicalities that people have, but I've not used a curse word. I've not used anything dirty, but yet the algorithm said somebody of age shouldn't hear this. And I got a problem with that. But it's not for me to try to change the app. It's for me to change my position. And that's another thing too. I hear everybody saying that they're trying to limit freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of speech on somebody else's house. I wish people would stop that. Amen, sir. Okay, your computer wilded out. Please take me with you. Oh, no. Everybody will know because I'll still be here on Friday, but I will let everybody know. It's just we'll have deeper conversations. We'll have deeper conversations. My live will end. And they just sent me a message saying the live will end. I don't know what's going on today. Nobody's saying anything in the chat. And unless I guess somebody's reporting who's just mad. I guess the person that we kicked out is mad and gets reporting it. I guess. I don't know. And that's nothing too. The idea that somebody else who does not like you can just keep reporting it to where your situation disappears because somebody else got issue with themselves. Oh, nah. I got a problem with that. Yeah, it's okay. Let them do what they got to do. We got more than enough. If it was to get shut down, to put the replay over. All right, so I don't get into that's another reason why I don't get into the foolishness on this app or any other app. All right, so let's get back to what we're talking about here. So I see that there's a restriction up top here. Let me see what this restriction says. Okay, it's just the age restriction. Okay, gotcha, no problem. They put a little restriction at the top. I see it. And that's, again, it's just proof that we got to move to more adult spaces. Adults do adults things. That's what I do. All right, so y'all ready? Let's get back on task here. So y'all ready for number 5? Let's see, we got 24 people here. Let's put 12. Let's go half. Let's put 12 fives in the chat. Thank you, Globe. Thank you, Tina. I don't understand that, and TikTok always take. No, it's okay. Listen, the app can do whatever the app does. Thank you so much. Oh, y'all going, okay. Ari, thank you. Is that Leah? Leela, gotcha. Donna, thank you. JT, thank you. Benita, thank you. Foxy. The app can do what it do. Thank you, Lady P. We're not worried about the app. If people need to get together, they will always be able to get together. The app is just one avenue. It's like a pair of shoes. I never stress a pair of shoes. People are losing their minds over the app. Listen, there's many other things that you can do. I'm good. We're going to be good. If you're going to find me, you'll find me. All right, number 5. Here we go. Big one here, guys. And like I said, we're going to start getting into ones that are going to start hitting home. Increase self-esteem. Now, I didn't say no, so I increase your self-esteem. When you were putting yourself first, right? You must increase your self-esteem. Let me explain to you why. Putting yourself first boosts your self-esteem and your self-worth. By valuing your own needs and desires, you send a message to yourself that you are worthy of care, respect, and fulfillment, which positively impacts your mental health. When you have increased self-esteem and self-worth, you will find a place to position yourself to feel better about yourself. When we're functioning at that higher frequency, we are in a position to feel good about who we are. And that, again, is another reason why we have to put ourselves first. And again, you're not being selfish by increasing your self-esteem. I've had people call me arrogant. It's okay. If that's how you perceive my confidence as arrogance, that's okay. I would say to folks, look up arrogant. You would see I'm not. But I'm not going to belittle myself or lower myself because you got issues with you, or you got issues with how I speak, or how I speak about myself. If I love myself, you can't tell me to tune down how I love me. Are you crazy? I love me. I'm a handsome big dude who's got some letters behind his name. I got some paper behind my name. I got something. I've done some things. And every now and then I remind myself. And if you get mad at that, don't rock with me. The door is here, or just hit that little button up top. I ain't got to debate you on me. Why you always talking about yourself? Why aren't you talking about yourself? I'm talking about myself because I love myself. You crazy? Some cats out there wishing they were me. Thank you, Glory. Thank you, Glory. Can I add? You move differently. You speak different. And I've always told you. I always get told I'm Glow. Come on, Foxy. Are you on? Yes, I am on Instagram as well. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm on all social media. And that's the same name, too. My government name. I ain't hiding from nobody. They doxed me. You can find me if you want me. You may not like what you find. I live in a state where, it's legal. And I'm from New York. Don't get it twisted. All my name is the same on all. I have no crazy screen name and no code name and no hidden name, and I don't have no 17,000 platforms. So if this one go down, you will not see me again on this platform. I'm not making 9,000 profiles for what? Got a life. That's what I get from the hubby. He says I bully him when I bring his. Nah, well, Donna, you already know what he is. And your focus is not on him anymore. Your focus is on your healing, which you've been doing a great job on. And your focus is on restarting yourself. So remember this, guys. And this goes to Donna and everybody else. I had to learn this. The longer you stay with somebody who does not make you happy, it's time that you are blocking a person who could. When I think of the 10 years and the 2 years of dating that I spent with my ex-wife, that was 12 years I can't get back. And I think of the 24 years that I've been with my current wife, and I'm like, man, I would love to add another 12 years and say I've been with her 36. So don't waste no time on anybody who has showed themselves not to be about you. Now, this is where, if you want to say I'm arrogant, you damn right I'm arrogant, because I love my life. And could it get better? Yes. But I love where I'm at right now. And I'm loved. And as long as I'm loved by the people that's supposed to love me, I don't care what other people think about me. My wife says that all the time. My daughter says it all the time. Daddy, how come you don't care the way people think about you? I could care less. Come on, Foxy. You put in work. You deserve it. Thank you, Benita. And that's the thing, guys. That is what increased self-esteem looks like. I don't need anybody to confirm me. They did that when they confirmed the first master's degree and when they confirmed the second one. They actually said, Keith, you are confirmed that you've met all the requirements for this master's degree. You have confirmed that you have met all the requirements for this master's degree. So I need somebody to tell me about me? You crazy. And you don't like me? Okay. And? What that mean? How much money do I lose because you don't like me? How much money do I make because you don't like me? Thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Thank you for being you. Love the realness. Oh, thank you. Everyone has. You too. Have a great one, Auntie. See you next Friday. But yeah, guys. Increase self-esteem. And I said increase, and I wrote it that way on purpose. I'm not saying just have self-esteem. No. Increase it. Pump it up. If you're going to put yourself first, up your self-esteem. Get your swagger on. Thank you for the crown. I appreciate it. Let me see. I missed that. What it says. That's what's wrong with a lot of people. They need validation and kudos. Yes. And you know how you know that, Nina? Thank you for saying that. Look how many followers I have. Look at what I'm doing. Man, okay. How much is the followers doing? What are you doing with it? What's the followers doing? I had somebody tell me I couldn't talk to them because I didn't have enough followers. Really? So the 30 or 40,000 kids that I've worked in real life doesn't matter because I don't have enough imitation folks here on the app. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's how that worked. Okay, cool. But yet every time I saw that person on, they was begging, can you give me some money? Can you give me some money? Can you give me some money? Can you pay my rent? Can you pay my bills? I need my phone. Y'all not going to help me pay my bills? Come on, man, stop. If you're doing so well, why are you telling people to pay the basics that you're supposed to have in place? If you're going to ask people for help for something that is extra. Ask somebody for help for something that you explain to them. I'm struggling with this. Can you help me with it because of everything else I have? People can see through the foolishness. But there's so many people hurting that they throw it hoping that when it's their time, it comes back. And then they learn the hard way. You gave all this to somebody who never cared about you. And now when you ask for some help back, they don't even know your name. And if you're happy, ask yourself, what makes you happy? Come on. Lovely Lady Locks. I've heard that somewhere before. In my counseling session, guys, I ask all the time, what will make you happy? If you have no idea what's going to make you happy, what are we doing? I am here to help. I am here to help you heal. I'm also here to help guide you. I am not here to change you. You change on your own. Thank you, Joy. I just assist you in what you say you want. I hold you accountable to what you say you want for you. I don't want to make you into what I want. I want you to become what you say you want to become. There is a difference. And I'm here for that. And we got to stop allowing all the foolishness around us. You know what Risa Tisa taught me? How many people are in pain? I don't worry about her story. Fantastic. I'm glad you told it. Do you know how many people are in pain that responded to that? So what about those who are not getting all the attention that she's getting? How do they get healed? How do they get fixed? What happens to the people who have someone like Legion in their lives, if he's real? And again, I don't know if it's real or not. It has not been confirmed. But what I'm saying is, what about all those people that chimed into her pain that now may not have no help? She will get help now. Hopefully, she shines lights on it. But somebody's got to be there to do the work once the light is on. Okay, Risa Tisa turned the light on that there's people being out lied to. Cool. How we fixing it? How we helping? But when I say that, people, oh, you attacking her, you hating her, you just don't like the fact that she's doing good. You probably one of them guys like Legion. I was. I wrote a book about it. I was Legion before Legion. Now ask me how I changed. I can tell you that. I ain't need social media to do it. So again, how are we helping? And exactly, Anita, we all have a story. But when we only highlight one story, it ends up darkness on everybody else. How do the other people hurting get help? Well, it's how do you help yourself? But sometimes a person needs to identify what they need help with, Nina. And that's one of the bigger problems. That's why so many people look to other people, because they're looking for identification for their own pain. So there's steps to it. We first have to identify our own pain. Then we have to figure out how we're going to fix our own pain. Then we have to figure out how we're going to maintenance ourselves so we don't go backwards. You can't get all that in 51 stories. With a person who's telling you, I screwed up at the beginning of the story, but now look what this guy did to me. Okay, cool. That's the what. What's the how? And that's the same thing that I don't hear on a lot of these places. What's the how? How do we fix it? I believe in the how. And same thing with you guys who go to church. A lot of your pastors is great at telling stories, but they don't tell you how. And you wind up leaving excited and tapping and good, and you get in your car and you ain't got no information on how to fix what the pastor just said was wrong. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to number 6, guys. You ready? Y'all still with me? Let me reset the room real quick. I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, author, educator, husband, father, you name it. I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats. I am here every Friday from 11:30 to 1 o'clock or later. And here we're talking about personal development, relationship information, anything that's just going to help us grow. And I see you guys. Yeah, that's the issue with church. I can get in that too. I may even do a whole thing on church hurt one day. And I am here to help you guys. Thank you for all the 6s. You guys are ready. Here's another one. Personal growth. Number 6, personal growth. Thank you for all the 6s. I missed your names. I'm sorry. I'll get to it next time. Number 6, personal growth. The number 6 on the list. Thank you, Tina. There you go. 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. Number 6, personal growth. Prioritizing yourself allows you to focus on personal growth and development. Investing in interests, goals, and aspirations fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment, leading to a greater overall satisfaction and well-being. Now, let me ask you guys in the chat. How many of you struggle with getting into activities or doing things that helps your personal growth? And that means your mental and emotional, your physical, and your spiritual growth. That is what makes up your personal growth. Thank you, Donna. Donna says me. Which area do you struggle with, Donna? All of it, or just say the physical, the mental, emotional, or the spiritual? Same to you, Glory. Which areas do you struggle with? Just all of it or just some of it? Physical, your body. Mental, emotional, the way you think and the way you feel. Spiritual, your connection to a spiritual being or your social connection, because how we connect with other people. Many of us struggle. Me, I got you. And that's another one, being consistent. Great one, Benita. You got to understand, guys, putting yourself first means that you're willing to invest the time into the things that you need to grow. Got you, Glory. You must carve out space for you to grow personally. And let me tell you something, there's no greater happiness when you stick into something and complete it. When people say, why do you always reference your master's degrees? Because it's proof that I started something and I finished it. And then I went back and did it again. So am I better than somebody else? No, I am not. I'm just showing that I got something done. That I started something, I completed. The degree shows that I completed it. I want that for everybody. And it doesn't have to be in education. It could be weight loss. It could be writing a book. I've written books. So I've started it and I've got it done. I got 3 other books I'm working on right now. 2 other ones, excuse me. I forgot I already finished that one. I started it and I'm finishing it. And the idea is that you have to dig in and understand, what is it that you want for you? What is it that you want for you? And then dig in and make that happen so when you get there. And I actually talk about that in one of my other books. Where is it at? Hold on a second. I believe it's, here we go. Nope, that's not that one. I've written that one too. All right, hold on a second. Here we go. Getting all my stuff here. There we go. This one right here, right? Our bond is our gift. An interpersonal look of relationships. I believe it's page 47. Okay, here we go. Now, I talk about what's necessary in recreating yourself, right? I think that's wonderful that you accomplish. I got you. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. But I'm only as good as the people that I help. Because if it's all about me, then I'm not helping you. My goal for me, I'm only as good as the people that I'm helping. These master's degrees mean nothing if I don't help the people that I claim to help. How can I serve God if I only serve me? So I want you to understand, I put myself first so I gather up the fruits and then I run out and give the fruits away. That's what I want everybody to understand. I'm not asking anyone to be selfish. I'm asking people to turn the focus in on themselves and then go out to help people. Now, the importance of recreating yourself. I wrote about it in my book, right? Let me explain to you what you need to recreate yourself. And thank you, Foxy. I saw that. I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked the book. I appreciate that. Now, here's the steps that you need to help recreate yourself. Because again, I'm about the how. I'm not about the flash. That's the problem now. We're looking at flash. We're not looking at substance. The first thing you need to do to recreate yourself, get past your fear. Second thing you need to do to recreate yourself, complete a self-assessment. Check yourself. Do assessment from top to bottom. 3, develop support for your journey. You're going to need help from other people to become a better you. 4, create a plan of action. 5, the biggest part of this whole thing, get your butt to work. Get to work. 6, evaluate your progress. How do you know it's working? How do you know the plan that you put into motion is working? You evaluate the progress. And then number 7, push on and through to your goal. Some of us will do a little bit, have a little bit of success, and we start dancing. Yeah, God, thank you, God. You did for me, God. That's a small piece. You're not even finished running the race. Finish the race. Acknowledge the pluses. You lost 30, but if the goal was 150, celebrate the 30 and then get your butt back on grind. So the steps that I wrote was designed because it's different if I just talk about it. I want to give you a way to be able to do it. Now, is it the greatest book ever written? I don't know. I liked it. I created it. It's mine. And I published it with my own company. Yeah, I own 2 companies. Because I'm not going to have somebody else tell me, oh, I got to wait for somebody else to gatekeep what's in here. So I learned, and I've had that company since 2010. Stop waiting for somebody to tell you to be a better you. To let them help you, but they cannot help you until you first take an account of what you want to do for you. Your personal growth is prioritizing yourself. You have to. You got to put yourself first. How can somebody help you if you're not sure? Now, ladies, fellas, hang back a second. Hang back. Check this out. Ladies, here we go. Do y'all want to be with a man who don't know what he's doing? Do y'all want a man that's trying to figure it out? Do y'all want a man that doesn't seem to understand what you need as a woman? Yes or no? Thank you. Thank you. Hell no. Now, thank you for your honest answers. Thank you, love. Thank you. Come on. Now, to the fellas that might be in the room, do y'all want a lady who don't have a clue what she doing? Trying to figure it out as she go along. What are you doing? Put it in the chat, fellas, if you're here. How many fellas I got? And what you will see is that we both, male and female, want a partner who has an understanding of what it is that they want and has a way to express. You're never too old for that. Abraham and Sarah was 180 and they were having babies. I'm just saying. Abraham and Sarah. They were Abram and Sarah first. They were 80 and 100 and having babies. I'm just saying. You take it any way you want to take it. The point that I'm making is when you have a strong understanding of yourself and you're able to convey what you need, then it's easier for people to get in. When I have an understanding of what I'm doing and I can show I know what I'm doing, the person that I'm with, the group of people that I'm with, react to it because I am clear, and it allows them easier access to know what to do to help me. When I ask y'all to put something in the chat, I'm clear with it so you know how to respond. Our personal growth is based on prioritizing ourselves, so when we go out to deal with other people, the door is open for them to respond to us, guys. That's why we have to put ourselves first, not in a selfish way, but in a way because we know once we get what we need, we're going to give it back. When I get what I need, I'm going to give it back. When I'm here talking like this, it is because when you decide to sign me as a counselor, I'm going to give it back. Now, I'm going to ask a question. I want you guys in the chat to pay attention. This is only for the people who have spoken to me off of this app. Am I the same off of this app as I am here on the live? If you have experienced me, put it in the chat. Just put yes. And if you want to add anything extra, that's on you. But if you have spoken to me off of this app, please let folks know. Am I the same? Thank you. And that's what I mean is when I'm on, my job is to heal. I am this way in my counseling sessions because I know what I need to be able to help you. And I need information. Once you give me enough information, once you've taken a step, once you've decided, Keith, I'm going to get past my fear and I want you to help me. Let's go. I have to be confident because if I'm not, how am I going to get you to hand me your pain and you feel okay with it if you're nervous that I can deal with it? Come on now. I can't come to you and say, bring me your pain and I'm not prepared to hold it. I'm not knowledgeable what to do with it. I'm not entertaining enough to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. What am I doing? And that's the problem. We got folks saying, give me money, and they're not giving nothing back. And then blaming you for giving them the money. Well, ain't nobody tell you, you did that on your own. I never said I was good. I just said I could do it. What kind of foolishness is that? And we got it going on every day. And we're creating titles. Influencer. Do you know that every one of you are an influencer? Thank you so much. I try. I study humans every day. And since I was a kid, I'm very selective who I let. Thank you, lovely Lady Locks. Thank you. And the reason why I asked was because I didn't want to out nobody because I don't know if the people in the chat want you to know that they seeked out professional help. And that's another thing. I'm ethically correct, too. I'm not just going to out you and put your business out there. That's not what I do. But please understand, you have to have an idea of what you want when you reach out to have somebody heal you. And I can't let you know that if I don't come on and share with you. But I have an understanding of what I need to do. And you know what drives me more crazy? And I just mentioned this about being an influencer. Every person on the planet has been an influencer. Everyone on the planet. Every child influences another. You've influenced somebody else. Hell, if you got married, you was an influencer. Unless you just dragged them to the altar, tied up, bound and gagged, and made them nod their head, you had influence. We created titles to make it look cute. Everyone is an influencer, so I should give you money because you're good at being you? No. Show me how you heal. Show me what you created. Everybody needs some form of counseling, but we got to be very careful with that because a lot of people hide behind that, Nina. Everybody needs counsel. The question is what type. There's degrees of counseling. When you go to a friend and say, hey, what do you think about these shoes? They're offering you counseling. But I don't want to go to the friend that I ask about my shoes if I'm asking for something that deals with my emotions. And I also don't want to go to somebody who just studied for about 10 minutes if I have a severe mental situation. You heard me ask a question about depression. That's where the school part comes in. I had to follow a set of guidelines to get to a certain point to get the degree. So there is an understanding that went into me getting educationally sound. That doesn't mean that everybody that went to school understands it. There's a lot of stupid people with degrees. But you also have to be careful of who you turn to. You got to be careful of who you get your counseling from. So I agree that everybody needs some form of counseling. You just have to be very careful who the counselor is. Jesus didn't even accept titles, but yet you got folks running around the church, can't get enough titles. Master, teacher, why do you call me that? Master, why do you call me that? Peter, what do they call me in these streets? They call you Messiah. No, they don't. You know that because my father told you. They don't call me that in these streets. So if Jesus don't take titles, how everybody in the church got one? Sometimes you got to look at the way people move and read the words for themselves, and you're going to start to see it don't line up. Now, I've read that Bible 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times from cover to cover. And sometimes the way people are moving and what you read, it don't line up. Everybody isn't capable of certain types of counseling, Benita. Like a person who's never read the Bible can't give you Christian counseling. But a person who's had issues with drug addiction or drugs could give you drug counseling. It all depends on the experience of the individual, and that's what limits their frame of counseling. They can counsel based on what they know. But we got to be careful of what we're turning to people for. Everybody can counsel everybody to some degree. The question becomes, if everybody has a testimony, Benita, everyone has a testimony. Everyone has a testimony. The question is if they're comfortable enough to share it. Everybody has a reason why they got to where they are at this point in their life. Everyone. The question becomes if they know how to express it or if they know how to use it to help others. But everybody breathing has a testimony. Now, not every testimony of every person is connected to their faith like many of us who practice the Christian faith, but everybody on this planet has some type of testimony that they can share about some aspect of their life. The question, again, goes to if you are a person that needs to hear that testimony, or does it align, if it aligns with what you're trying to do. All right, here we go. Let's get to these last four. Number 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're up to number 7. But we got 23 people here. Let's get 12 sevens in the chat. Let's keep it moving. We all do, but if it's what's needed. Oh yeah, that's what I just said. It definitely comes down to what's needed. That's why we have to be careful who we turn to for advice. Thank you guys. I see all the sevens. Let's go. All right, here we go. Ready? Now this one could go either way. So I'm not sure how you're going to take it, but we'll figure it out. Improved relationships. Number 7 is improved relationships. I'll go deeper in a second. I'm going to give Tina a chance to put up. There we go. Improved relationships. One of the ways of putting yourself first is when you prioritize your own well-being, you're better able to show up as your best self in relationships. Healthy boundaries, self-awareness, and self-care practices enhance communication, empathy, and connections with others. One of the ways that you can benefit from putting yourself first is your relationships with other people benefit. You improve your relationships, and the better the relationships, the better the input and the output. When I surround myself with better folks, better things happen. Another reason why you have to put yourself first. It allows you to look around and go, oh, I'm with the wrong crowd. Oh, I got the wrong people in my life. I'm with the wrong man. I'm with the wrong woman. Oh, I got to go. Another reason why we put ourselves first. It improves our relationships, and our improved relationships strengthen us. We are as great as the circle of people that we have in our lives. I talk about that in my book. Our support system is necessary. I talk about that right here. Hold on one second. I think I have a whole chapter on that. Let me just double check. Step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Let me see which step number that is. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Talk about self-kindness. Yes, actually it's in step 1 and 2. And I talk about the support system. Which is not for you, Benita? Which is not for you? I'm not sure. Please tell me, why do people get mad when we Please tell me, why do people get mad when we react to them doing us wrong? Because they're selfish and they only wanted what they wanted, and people don't want to give in to the idea of what they did hurt because they were only thinking about themselves. Don't worry about it. Just keep telling them what they did and then cut them loose. If a person doesn't want to acknowledge how they hurt you, then they shouldn't be in your life. They haven't earned that position. They've actually given it away. And Benita, you said exactly, this is not for me. Which is that? I want to make sure I'm clear on where you're going with it. Remember, guys, never keep anybody in your life. And this is why we have to improve our relationships, right? Never keep anybody in your life who hurt you. Once you said and explained to them that they hurt you. See, if I don't know that I hurt you, if I did something and it hurt you, you can't assume that I should know if you didn't tell me. But if you told me and I did it, now we got to have a conversation. If I said to you, don't talk to me that way, and you choose to talk to me that way, you cannot tell me not to get upset. I told you don't talk to me that way. Now, how I choose to deal with it is on me. This is where we go back to number 2, boundaries. If you violate my boundaries, it is on me to decide how I'm going to deal with it. But I'm not going to erase the boundary. I have to decide how I'm going to deal with you. You're welcome, Anita. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's get to 30K. Come on. Don't stop tapping the screen. We got a couple more to go. Keep tapping the screen. We're good. And this is where communication is incredibly important, guys. You have to be able to communicate when you get new relationships. Better circles create better communication. I've been with my husband 23 years and he never sorry for nothing. That's an issue. But Stacy, one of the things I would say is go back to when you first dealt with that and ask yourself why you allowed it. Now do a self-evaluation of where you are right now and ask yourself, am I going to continue to deal with this? What are you going to do next? Then I would seek professional help because you don't want to make a move when there's so much emotion. 23 years is a long time. But first you can do a self-analyzation of how long I've been letting this happen. Okay, why am I still letting this happen? You know what? I'm going to go seek a professional to sit down because something got to change. Now, I'm not saying end the relationship. You'll never hear me tell a person just end the relationship. But if you've exhausted all the avenues of fixing and the person just doesn't want to fix or be healed, then it's time to go. But first, take care of you first. Again, you first is what we're talking about, putting you first. Check yourself first. Get the help that you need first. Then come back to the table. Make no one a priority that only makes you an option. Yes, I've heard that. I have heard that. But it should be you. And again, we cannot pour from an empty cup, guys. Thank you for the hearts. Keep tapping the screen. I love it. It is super important. And how we improve our relationships, he mad I put him out and now I'm ready to move on, but he won't acknowledge that part. Once he's out, don't stress. Get the official divorce so you're not out here where you mess around and find somebody you really want to be with, but now you're stuck with your past. Clean up the past, meaning close the door officially, work on your healing, and then go do you. Because spending time with somebody who don't make you happy is not the answer. There's somebody out there who will make you happy. And if the person now figures it out, he won't give me a divorce, okay. What you do is you go to, you mean he won't sign the papers. Do you already have the divorce papers? Because you can file them yourself. The problem is, and just unreconcilable differences. So go to the court, get a summons, and have him come to court. Ask for a legal separation. The legal separation after a year becomes the grounds for the divorce, whether he wants to sign it or not. And you can ask for a summons for the legal separation, and just have him served by somebody from the courts. And after a year, as long as y'all don't have no contact physically in terms of a sexual nature, you'll be okay. But look into that. And make sure that unreconcilable differences is a thing in your state. And you set up this the legal separation, and that becomes the grounds. As long as you don't have no interaction for a year, that becomes the ground for the divorce. You're good to go. Can't nobody hold you in place because they're trying to stop you from growing. Don't let that happen. There's mechanisms for that. Just take your time, do the research, and you'll be able to put yourself where you need to be at. All right, so we got 3 more, guys, and I love it. Y'all keep tapping that screen. We're almost at 30K. I love it. I love it. I love it. I got about 20 minutes. Actually, a little bit longer. My son will be here soon. All right, so we have number 8. You guys still with me? Put I am in the chat if you're still with me. Put I am in the chat if you're still with me. Make sure I got everybody. Let me see if I got everybody here, because I know some of y'all at work. I know some folks that popped in and out. If you're still with me, put I am. There we go. Tina's here. Foxy's here. You're welcome, Stacy. Shania's here. There we go. Leela's here. Groove is here. Glove is here. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Joy is here. DJ's here. Lovely Locks is here. And Anita's here. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Here we go. All right. So, thank you. All right, so number 8. Let's get, okay, I got you, Nina. Let's go. And Stacey's here. Here we go. So we got number 8. Let's get 8 8s. Make it real simple. First 8 8s, and we're going to move on. And again, it's just to keep you guys on your toes. Thank you, Foxy. Let's get 8 8s. Thank you, Glove. Thank you, Glory. Thank you, Shania. Let's go. Leela. Thank you, Benita. Let's go. Enjoy. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a big one, guys. And this is why I put these at the end. Emotional regulation. And I'll explain it in a second. Emotional regulation. Emotional regulation. Okay. Putting yourself first involves turning your emotions and honoring them without judgment. Yeah, here we go. Putting yourself first involves tuning into your emotions and honoring them without judgment. This self-awareness and emotional regulation are essential components of mental health and contribute to a greater emotional resilience and stability. Stop judging how you feel. Accept it and then deal with it. Don't beat yourself up. You're sad. Okay. What made you sad? Let's work on that. Let's fix that. Stop placing judgment on yourself and creating a deeper hole for you to climb out of because of somebody else. Place you first. Well, menopause is different. That's a chemical and physical imbalance that you have to get through. God put that in place. I can't do nothing with menopause. That's God telling your body is transitioning and it's about to create testosterone. I can't do anything about that. That's where that heat comes from. He's about to, that's why y'all become aggressive when you get older. You now have testosterone in your system. I can't help that. I can turn the fan on for you and go get you some ice water. I can't do anything else with menopause. That one you got to pray about. But on the other hand, what you do and what you have to, yeah, it'd be on fire. What you do have to understand, guys, is that we do not judge ourselves. You can acknowledge what you've done. Stop beating yourself up. Acknowledge your emotions. Acknowledge how that person made you feel. And then let's get to work. Let's get to work to deal with it. Okay, he screwed up and you trusted him. Okay, he stole some money from you. Okay, she wasn't who she says she was. Okay, she humped your friend. You're sad. You're hurt. Okay, let's accept that. And let's figure out what we're going to do. Let's figure out what new criteria we're going to put in place so we can try to see the red flags ahead of time. Let's figure out what it is. But emotions are real. Thank you, Benetta. We just don't have to add the judgment to it. We're going to create different boundaries for ourselves. We're going to heal. We're going to actually hear ourselves say we're going to heal. Because you know what? You are. When I first separated from my wife, the first night I was back home, I was crushed. And when my grandmother entered the room, 30-something years old, sitting there thinking, how the hell did I end up back home with 2 sons and I'm back home in the bedroom that I was not supposed to be in? I was in tears. My grandmother said, no. You cry tonight and then you get your ASS up and live your life because we didn't make you weak and God didn't make you weak. And ain't no woman gonna break you. You cry tonight and then you start living your life. Let me explain something to you. That was May of 2000. Well, in 24 years, everything that you hear me talk about happened after that. The master's degrees, the books, the companies, everything happened after that. I wrote my first book in 2007. I got my first master's degree in 2005. I got my second master's degree in 2017. I've written books between. I've been in magazines. I've done a ton of things, all after I got out of a bad marriage. So when I thought I was broken, I had to realize that no, I was feeling bad. I wasn't broken. And God sent me what I needed because I first had to deal with me. When you deal with you, when you find a way to deal with you, the world will turn itself back the way it's supposed to for you. But you got to fight your way back. I had to fight for this. The stigma that we have against talking, and that's the key. Hold on one second. And she says she just replaced the, hold on one second, because I got an Instacart order going on. And she just replaced the cupcakes, and I do not need that I want to see what she replaced him with. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry about that, guys. All right, review the change. Let me see what she changed it to.
In the middle of the pandemic, I was able to fill out a short survey on my phone.
Okay, I need 2. Oh, she got to get another one. Hold on. Okay, sorry, guys. Because it's for the birthday party tomorrow.
Literally not having to leave the farm, being able to do video calls with my therapist, all of that makes it so much more accessible.
We need another one.
I sit down in my office with a little cup of tea, and we talk.
Sorry, guys.
If you're struggling,
it's for the baby girl tomorrow.
The therapist will help. Go to betterhelp.com.
You need 60. Do they have others? Okay. Sorry about that. This is what, when you're doing daddy's duties from home. This is what working from home. So I'm Instacarting the stuff for baby girl's party tomorrow. I got a feeling I'm going to end up having to go out. Yeah. Okay, she got it. Thanks. Oh, that's the same young lady that shot from yesterday. Thanks. Okay, cool. Yeah, I really don't go in the supermarket at all. I've been using Instacart since 2020, the start of the pandemic. And again, sorry for the interruption, guys, but just to see, it's real life, not memories. I sent a picture of what they have. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. As long as it's 30, long as it's 60 total, 60 plus total. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. That's the teacher in me, always prepared for whatever. All right, so we are at number 8. We're going to finish up these last 2. So I want to ask you guys before I go on to number 9 and 10. How many of you struggle with emotional regulation? I'm not sure how to navigate relating to men without feeling like they don't have a motive. Everybody has a motive, Stacy. Everybody has a motive. The question is their motive negative? That is why dating is crucial, but dating with purpose, as I try to teach. This is why we need to date longer so we can see the full person. I always tell a person date a whole year before you get exclusive. And the reason why is everybody has a motive. Everybody likes somebody. If you're trying to find a husband, that's a motive. If you're trying to have sex, it's a motive. Everybody has a motive. The question is their motive one where they're trying to take advantage of you? So the longer you date and the more purposeful that you date, the more that you uncover. The more that you can spend time with somebody in environments that favor both of you, the more you get to see if this person is right for you. Often because we speed past so much, we have recentesis situations. After 2.5 weeks, you're moving a man in. After 3 months, you're pregnant. So what does that signal to me? You moved a man in because you wanted what he was selling. You then were having unprotected sex because you liked what he was selling. And then as things started to uncover, you found out he was nothing like what you accepted. But at the door, you blew past, not red flags, you blew past stop signs, red lights, and everything else. So we just can't walk past that and then hear the rest of the story and think that it's okay. That doesn't make Legion okay. If he is what she said he is, he's a dog. But at the same time, if you let the devil in your house, you can't get mad that the devil is tearing your house up. We got to go back to the red flags at the beginning. 2.5 weeks, you move a man into your house. Come on, there's no way on God's green earth that you're going to hit home 99 out of 100 times. That's not going to work. You might get that one outlier who goes, we met and after 2 weeks we in love. Cool. But that's not the proper way to do it, and I'm saying. But folks don't want to hear that part because they love the story. I don't care about the story. I look at the facts of what you present to me. And here's my greatest concern about her. I worry that if she did not heal, what happens to the new devils that she's going to meet at the new level that she's at, who are proficient at being at that level? Please understand, guys, every level that we move to, there's devils who are proficient at being at that level. And if we're not healed, we're going to be in a worse situation. And that's all of us, not Risa Tisa. That's all of us. New levels, new devils. But if you don't have a technique on what to do with those new devils, you are going to be laid out raw. You can't say, I'm ready for something if you haven't healed from the old thing. This is why so many of us bring trash to our new relationships. Because we never really got healed. We just left them. Really? Okay. You can't do that. Healing is when the thing that bothered you don't move you at all. When I sat at my son's baby shower, my ex-wife came in. How you doing? Got up, hugged her, and kissed her on the cheek. Everything good? Cool. Not near emotion. Why? I've been with you for 24 years. We good. Some of the expressions on her face showed that she still has some issues with me. I didn't care. And when a lot of members from her family didn't want to come over to talk to me, that's their issue. I got enough people here that I can party with and my sons. I'm good. Not worried about how you feel. If you haven't healed, that's on you. Please understand, guys. You don't heal from your pain and move on to the next person. You're going to take that and then bleed all over them. And then be mad. Why would she treat me like that? Why would he treat me the same way as the last person? Because you brought the same trash to the table. I went from 17 at home to 23 years of flash lightning in the midst of... Okay, there you go. And the crazy part is, I'm happy that she gets all the accolades, but here's the crazy part. We still don't know if it's true. What happens and what destructive energy would happen if you turned out to be a lie? That's the problem I have. When I hear a Gayle King say, we have on the show today, now we haven't confirmed this, then why are we talking about it? Because people are so excited about flash. They're so excited by drama that they don't care the damage that they do afterwards. You got people now have restructured their whole page and go, who the F did I date? Who the F am I talking to? And this is part 1, part 3, part 27. Now everybody wants it because monkey do, monkey see, monkey do, whatever. How do we heal? How did she heal? How is she protecting herself from the next lesion? How is she protecting herself from the dreams of being the princess that she was okay with when he was paying the bills? How? What is she doing? Because what happens when the next guy can pay the bills and give her the life of being a princess, but he's a bigger whore than the first dude? Then what? And if you're not prepared for it, and he has you living the life that you think, well, isn't it a Tyler Perry movie where the dude was rich or something, but then gave her a disease that she couldn't get rid of at the end? What was the name of that? I'm not a big Tyler Perry fan. I just remember the script. I got you, Tina. I just remember the plot. That after she left her husband and was dating a dude or whatever, it turns out she had some incurable disease at the end. Why? Come on. So temptation, there we go. Marriage counseling. So what are we doing? And sometimes something can look so tempting and so great and feel so good, only to find out that it was more devastating than the unhappiness you had at the beginning, because you were never healed before you went out there. And the person who was coming at you was a better wolf, a better shark. So this shark knew, no, you don't swim up on her right away. Let her swim over a little bit more. Do you think people thrive mostly off emotion than logic and reasoning? Of course. And how do you teach mastering emotion? First of all, disconnect from the things that's triggering your emotions to be ramped up. And then deal with the emotions that's there, because you can't deal with it in an echo chamber. A lot of people are trying to deal with the emotions, Nina, while still dealing with the person who's triggering the emotions. No. Disconnect from the things that's triggering you. Deal with your emotions directly, upfront, brutally, until you are healed. And then you got people going back out here dating that have not gotten healed from the first person that hurt them. How you going to figure things out? And then hating the second person because you still hating the first person. No. Emotions are triggered by the way that we think. Change the way that we think, we change our emotions. We change our reactions to things. But if you're not going to get professional help and you're not going to acknowledge that you're damaged, and the funny thing is we have become great liars to ourselves. We lie to ourselves on a regular, so it's easy to lie to other people. And not everybody lying to other people is just to get something from them. Sometimes we lie just because that's what we're built to do. How you feeling today, girl? Oh, I'm good. Listen, hey, it is what it is. I'm handling everything. You ain't. And you're not. But you lie. You lie because you don't want anybody to react to it. You lie because you don't really know what to do. You lie because you don't want anybody to feel pity for you. Either way, it's still a lie. She might have been. We can't tell what her thoughts was except what she tells us. My whole thing is I'm just going on what you said. I'm like, get as much from it as you want, but please understand, everything comes at a cost. All I want to know is, how did you heal? And if this is how you heal, cool. Well, bottle that up and show other people, because not everybody's going to get or reap the benefits of what you got. What is the woman who did not get all of the things that you're getting going to do? Show them that. Just watching you benefit is not helping someone else heal. Me watching somebody else eat is not going to help me figure out if I got an issue with food. But if the person eating turns to me and says, Keith, let me work with you. Let me show you why this is not something you want to eat at the stage that you are at. But later on, when you have a better handle on this, you can then eat food like this. Let me show you what that looks like. That's different. That's help. Just giving me an insight to your life ain't doing nothing for me. She told a great story, but I don't even know if it's true. So I stop right there. If I don't know it's true, I'm not connecting all my emotions to it like a lot of people are. But that shows you how much trauma bonding we go through and how many people are hurt. But yet when somebody comes out and says, hey, have you ever thought about counseling and paying for counseling? Oh, I ain't got no money. I don't think I can afford counseling. And then you see them turning up. And then you see them at brunch. And then you see them at the football game with the brothers. And then you see them at the basketball game with the brothers. All I can say is, you say you don't have. Everybody gravitates to a well-said, sad story. Thank you, Kimberly. See you next Friday. I haven't watched any. I just watch clips. And I sit back and I listen to her responses to questions and I go, okay. The thing that I worry about is, what if everybody finds out they're being played? And if not, what do we do now? Where do we go now? What's the next story? How I spent all your money? What the F am I going to do with all this money I got from y'all? What's the next step? What's the next step? How the F I dealt with my sudden stardom? Okay, how does that help the person who's still dealing with your original what the F? How does that fix them? How do you answer their questions when their legion is real? And their legion ain't even paying bills, but telling the same lies. And now we're hating a guy we never met because of a woman we've never met told us to. Really? That's what we doing? I seen people do videos where I hate him. And this, and he did, now he on now. You hating a man that you never met because of a woman that you never met telling you to do so. But the minute you say to somebody, that's weak-minded behavior. Who you calling weak-minded? See, it's Negroes like you, and see, you probably hate women. Really? I hate women because I pointed out the obvious? Okay. If you say so. Let's go to number 9. I'll get to where I'm going with that. Let's go to number 9. Let me get 9 nines, guys. And it's not a knock on her, so I don't want anybody popping in and go, yo, he over there hating on Recency. I'm not hating on anybody. How can I hate somebody I don't know? I mean, I like what I see. It's never personal. I don't know you. Thank you for the 9s. Come on, keep it going, guys. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Benita. Thank you, Globe. Thank you, Glory. Thank you, JT. And these last 2, or the last 2 that I think are going to really help bring this to a close. And then I'm going to jump off because my son should be here in a little bit. Here's the number 9, guys. Sense of empowerment. Now, this is important. Sense of empowerment. Because I think a lot of people lose this one here. So, sense of empowerment. I'm going to give Tina a chance. There we go. Thank you, Tina. Prioritizing yourself empowers you to take control of your life and make choices that align with your values and your goals. Now, I'm going to go over this deeper. The sense of agency and autonomy enhances feelings of confidence, empowerment, and autonomy. And your autonomy is you standing on you. But empowering yourself, taking control of your life, You have to be able to do for you, you gotta take control of you. You cannot allow somebody else to control your life and think that you're going to be able to take yourself, to focus on yourself and make yourself first. You can't. You cannot. There's nothing or anyone an idol in your life in these times, deceptions. Making nothing or anyone an idol in your life in these times, deception. Yeah, if you make them an idol, but sometimes it's not idol worshiping, fun guy, because sometimes we rely on somebody else simply because they seem to have answers. It's not idolatry. It's that many of us, it's easier to trust and allow someone else to do the work. Because it hurts sometimes and we got to do it on our own. But that pain is what strengthens you. The pain is what empowers you. When you get past the pain, you are a different individual if you have done it right. Many of us don't want to deal with the pain, so we put that into somebody else's hands. Here, please do this for me. Some of y'all do it with your kids. You buy a $1,400 phone and then call your kids and go, set this up for me. Really? Do it yourself. Figure it out. You'll have a deeper connection to your phone when you do that. You've now just let your kids know that you don't know how to work this $1,400 device that you just spent all this money on. And as I've taught many times, if anything is in your home or around you, your children or your spouse, that you show to not have any control over, that is where the devil will play. If you don't believe me, just take a step back and look at where the evil came in at. A sense of empowerment allows you to ground yourself. Overdependency is without question. Without question. A sense of empowerment grants you strength. Because that empowerment has to come from somewhere. And it should be yourself. When you stand 10 toes down on yourself, you are growing strength of self. And that connects to everything else that I mentioned here. Allows you to do all the other things that are on the list. So it is my hope that you get that. Let's go to the last one, guys. Actually, no, let me ask this question. Real talk. How many of you, put in the chat, just put me, struggled with self-empowerment? Struggle with speaking up for yourself at different times and literally letting somebody else speak for you? Put me in the chat if that's been you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Leela. And I know it's hard, guys. And I know even just sitting here, sometimes, and some of you may want to say me and be like, I don't want to put myself out there. I get it. You do not have to. But at the end of the day, if we're going to heal, if you're going to work with me and you're going to heal, you got to take ownership of you. I'm here to help you. I can't change you. You're going to change you. I can help hold up the mirror so you can see what I see. And I'm going to help put a plan in place so you actually have a guide. It's why I even wrote a whole book. I put the steps in place. I wrote a whole book. And that's not the first book. Many of us are. But if we're too stubborn and needed, the pain will override that. And we don't want to be in pain. Don't embrace pain and make it part of your day-to-day. We were not built to be in pain. We were built to deal with pain. Do not make pain a part of your day-to-day if you can avoid it. I used to, but growth, confidence, self-love, empowerment. Yeah, you have to. If you don't stand for yourself, who will? Exactly. Remember this, guys, before I get to the last one, right? You do know nobody can make you happy, right? They can only assist you in being happy. You have to make you happy. And everybody that you invite into your life can assist you in being happy, but they can't make you happy. You have to first know what happiness is for yourself. And then when you invite somebody else in, they assist you in what you already know to be happiness. Last one. I'm learning. I got you, Don. I know you are. And I'm so glad that you shared it with us. You getting there. Happiness starts with me. Come on, Benita. Say that again. Last one. Number 10. Let's get 10 10s. This is the last one. And I'm going to have to get off in a little bit. Thank you. Come on. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Benita. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Glove. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Leela. Thank you, Anita. All right, here we go. And this one is a big one. The last one of the list. Number 10, model healthy behavior. I'm going to give Tina a chance to put that in the chat. Model healthy behavior. Putting yourself first. You model healthy behavior for others, including friends, family, and children. Demonstrating the importance of self-care and self-advocacy encourages others to prioritize their own mental health, creating a ripple effect of well-being within your community, within your circles. So by you modeling what you need, you are letting others know what that's supposed to look like. Your circle starts to take shape. And that's the thing. Hold on one second. And we know that my greatest fear in the Marianne Williamson, what's the name? Hold on a second. All right. Your greatest fear. There we go. In the Marianne Williamson piece, she actually talks about it. Hold on a second. Marianne Williamson. Greatest fear. Gotcha. Okay, here we go. Our deepest fear, excuse me. I'm saying greatest fear, deepest fear. All right, I want to read this real quick and then I'm going to get ready to get off and it's important. Let me just stop this music here for a second. Because too often, where we at? Oh no, I can do it right here. There we go. Because some of us, there we go. When I read this, and we seen it in the movie Coach Carter and everything else, right? I want you to just pay attention to this because it's important. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking. So there are other people, so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So back to number 10. When you model healthy behavior, you show people around you how they're supposed to act around you. That permeates back and forth. There's so much wrong in our lives, but there's so much right as well. We can't worry about the wrong. We just have to acknowledge it, fun guy. We have to be... Oh, Marianne Williamson. Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear. Some people think it's Mandela, but it's actually Marianne Williamson. The idea is we don't have to engage the evil. We have to acknowledge it and engage it when it comes to our door. When they try to bring it to us, then you deal with it. We don't search for it. You are as strong as the circle of people that you have around you. But if you carry yourself in a certain way, and I teach the kids this when I model behavior, I always say to them, do I look like somebody that would allow anybody to disrespect me? They say no. I say, how do you know that? And they say, because of the way you carry yourself. There you go. I am modeling the behaviors that I want to see the young men and women carry on to themselves. And it is the same when I'm dealing with adults. And it is the same when I'm in my counseling sessions. I model the behaviors that I want to see from the people that I work with. Because it's how we're going to fix what's wrong. How we're going to deal with what's wrong. And I want to say this to everybody here. We all have our different ills that we deal with. We all have the things that are wrong. We all have the things that we've been through. I get it. The question becomes, how are you going to deal with it? What are you doing to deal with it? If you need to read it, I wrote a book about it. Here we go. I wrote a few books. And actually all of them are designed to help. So whether it's one of my self-help books here, if it's about my memoir where you get to learn about who I am, or if you just need a guide, I got you. And if you just need some entertainment, I got you on that too. One of my favorite books too. Great story. Or if it's worse than that and you just simply need to have a conversation with a counselor, reach out. I'm here. I cannot help what you don't share with me. I cannot fix what you're not willing to work on. I cannot get you to change. You have to want to change, but I can help guide you through the change. A trainer does not lift the weights for you. They help you lift the weights effectively for yourself. So this way, when it's all said and done, you're getting the benefit. When I am working with you mentally and emotionally, I am helping you understand how you think. I am helping you understand how you feel. And we are going to work together to get you to where you want to be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and socially. This is what I do. So again, I want to say to everybody here, before we go any further, I want everybody in the chat to give some purple hearts to Tina. Again, I appreciate what she does as the moderator of the room. She does a fantastic job. We only had to kick one person out today. I think that person started to hate and started reporting the lie, but it's okay. So let's put some purple hearts in the chat to say thank you. Always give the people that help you their flowers. Don't wait till they're not here. Don't wait till you mess up. Give them their flowers. Thank you. There you go. Put them purple hearts up for Tina. She does a great job behind the scenes. I can't do what I do if it's not her just putting the stuff out there. We're good to go. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to go back through the list in case anybody forgot any, and then I'm going to get ready to get off. And again, I want to thank all of you. And again, give me time, guys. I'm building the private space, but it is not going to be for everybody. I'm just saying, because it has to be regulated, and I'm not allowing anybody just to walk in. It is going to be basically a VIP space, so please keep that in mind. I don't have no problem saying that, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a place where people can come and put their feet up. There'll be different rooms that you literally can go in and get information. I'm building what I want for me. It's like a house. I'm building the house that I want for the people that I want to invite over. This is what it's going to be. All right, let me go back over the list real quick, and this way you can check your list. You are welcome. You can check your list, and I will go back over it quickly. 10 reasons why putting yourself first is good for your mental health. Number 1, self-care. Number 2, boundaries. I'm looking forward to it as well, Shania. Number 1, self-care. Number 2, boundaries. Number 3, self-compassion. Number 4, reduce stress. Number 5, increased self-esteem. Number 6, personal growth. Number 7, improved relationships. Number 8, emotional regulation. Number 9, sense of empowerment. And number 10, modeling healthy behavior. And every one of the replay of this will be over on the YouTube. So if anybody wants to have somebody, if you know somebody needs to see this, tell them to go over to my YouTube page, subscribe, like, and share. The link to my YouTube page is in my bio. Tell them to go over. I will upload the video. It's going to be difficult this weekend. Probably Saturday night. Maybe Sunday, we'll see. But anyway, it'll be up if I can. Maybe even tonight if I get in. But if you have any questions or if you want to reach me, all my links are in my bio. Again, please do not forget to support my little girl. Her birthday is tomorrow. Her GoFundMe is there. I'm trying to get her to nationals. You can see the videos. And I got some videos over on my Facebook page. You can come check me out over there. I'm on all platforms, so if this one go down, I'll still do what I got to do. My latest book, 12 Steps to Recover from a Toxic Relationship, is a guide to help you figure out what to do once you've gotten out of a relationship. All of my books. Is that in Detroit? Yes, it's in Michigan. I'll be in Michigan for 10 days. Yes, the National Junior Gold. From, I think it's July 10th to the 21st or something like that. But yes, I'll be in Michigan, Foxy. And I forget where we're staying. I think it's right outside Detroit because it's like 3,000 or 4,000 kids coming from all over. Temptation, just my imagination running away with me again. My life issues are just that, imagination. Yes, you can control those. Temptation is an offer. You don't have to accept. Remember that. The devil has to offer. He has to try to get you to give in. You don't have to. That's where control comes in. And this is why your circles are important. The greater your circles, the greater the protection that you offer yourself. All right? And that's another where professional help comes in. If you start feeling some type of way, you reach out to me. Hey, Keith, what should I do? I'm here for that. I got you. But yeah, Foxy, I'll be there. So if you want to support baby girl, go to my bio, click on the link for the GoFundMe, drop a little something, a little note. Or if you want to go to my Facebook page and drop a little word and say to her, because she's not on TikTok. Well, she's not on any social media, but I'll show her if you want to do a little video and say, hey, I love you, Pops, but happy birthday, baby girl. No problem. No, thank you, Shania. And listen, I'm here. Like I said, about a month ago, I was very frustrated and I was this close. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you, my man. Love the flames. About a month ago, I was this close, guys, of just shutting it all down. I was just like, I'm done. I'm going to go back and get a job and just go sit in somebody's cubicle. I was done. I was done. And then I had to pray. Yeah, I was done because at the end of the day, what was coming in wasn't matching what was laying out. And I was thinking, what am I doing wrong? What is it that I'm doing then I had to catch myself. Stop. It's just not your season. But the help still has to remain. And I realized that even if I'm not getting what I think I get, I still need to be here to people that will make up their mind. Definitely, we need you here. Oh, thank you, Shania. But that's the thing. In the last month, the Lord has sent me people to remind me of what I do. And that it can't be about finances. Even if they're not there, the Lord will make a way. And if it means I got to relieve something or cut something loose, then so be it. And I realize that sometimes through negative situations is how you realize what things you got to let go. And I've had to reevaluate some things, but I've also listened to some of the people that's in my circle who I trust and love and believe. And when they've said they've seen things or God has shared them things about me, I always think of Hezekiah. Being told he was going to expire, he panicked, but he prayed. And then God spoke to Isaiah again. And I hold on to that story because God never spoke to Hezekiah. And I trust that I got people around me who know the same God that I know. So when they pour into me about what's been poured into them, I trust it and I hold on to it. So I don't let my bad times ever get that low. But I was this close. I'm human. I was this close to saying I'm done. I'm tired of trying to tell people because I realized like Jeremiah did. He just ran around Israel trying to tell people, please change, please change. And when it didn't work, God said, yeah, get out the way, Jeremiah. I'll take care of this. And that's why the book of Lamentations is only about this thick. God didn't need that many words to do what he was going to do. But I ain't going to turn this into Bible study. I want to say to all of you, thank you. I'm going to jump off now. I got to go do my daddy thing. I got one more counseling session today, and then I'm done for the weekend. But again, I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you for the well wishes. Thank you for the positive talk. It can get rough when you do it for yourself, but I thank all of you, and I appreciate you. If you're going to do anything, do it for baby girl. Don't worry about me. I'll figure it out. But all my information is in my bio. All the links to the GoFundMe, books, everything. Share the information. The live will be up over on YouTube. Tell folks to come by. Tell them to come by my page. I can't reach the world, but I can reach more people with your help than I would on my own. And I'm here for that. Okay? And if you need something, reach out. If you have an idea of a show or a subject that you would like me to cover, hit my inbox and just let me know. I'll consider it. I'll add it to the list. I have a list of things that people would like me to cover. I try to create things based on what you guys would like. Yes, I will have a drink for all of you. Stella Rosa Black. I think tonight's going to be, Grey Goose and pineapple juice tonight. I think that might be the thing because I'm going from the bowling alley. Yes, it is the GoFundMe's in my bio. Yes, you'll see it. As well as if you're ever over on Facebook, it's linked in all the bios as well. Yeah, Stella Rosa Black. I got Stella Rosa Red, but I think it's going to be Stella Rosa Black tonight, and I think some Grey Goose and pineapple juice tonight. I got the Grey Goose. I think I'm going to buy some pineapple juice. I don't think I'm drinking at the bowling alley. I'm going to wait till I come home and I'm hanging out with my son. I'm going to have a couple of drinks tonight. I ain't going nowhere. Just going to hang out with my boy and talk daddy stuff now that he's a daddy. So, yeah, Grey Goose and pineapple juice. I love it. So I'm going to have a conversation with him and see how he feels about being a dad now and see what I can offer him. Some advice from my pop position. And I'm also going to have my little one call my father so she can call her grandfather. And he can call his grandfather and we're going to talk him too. Yes, Goose and pineapple. There it is. All right. And so, again, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hate when I miss on a Friday, but I love when I come back. I love the interaction. 40K right here. Don't ever let somebody convince you that they need a gigantic amount of numbers to get to the likes. You guys are incredible with the number of likes, and I don't think we have more than 40 people here at any one time, and that just shows the interaction. And I love that, and I respect that. I'll never take advantage of that, and I appreciate you. What a blessing. Yeah, it's actually gonna be pretty cool. We've been it's been a while since all of us have been together with my father, but that's something when we've gotten together where I've had pictures where you see my pops, me and my sons, whatever. And so we're gonna call my pop. And actually I bowl in Maryland. I'm in Delaware. So I see my father like once a month. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna start to see him more. That's another thing too. One of my plans going forward for the rest of the years, I'm trying to make trips to the States to see people that I talk to online that I can actually see physically. It's something I wanted to do when COVID hit, but that's something I want to do. I want to go to Italy and meet my friend over there. I want to physically be able to see people that I've spoken to. Come to Ohio. I haven't been to Ohio in wow. I've been to Youngstown 2015, 16. Yeah, I came to Youngstown for an event, but it's been a little while, so I'll be passing by that way. Yeah, I was in Youngstown. I came to Youngstown and I did an event at one of the local Holiday Inns, a book event or whatever. Oregon, shout out to Oregon, but I'll be heading to Michigan in July. I'll be there for 10 days with my daughter. So I won't be doing any counseling or anything, but I'll just be focusing on her. But I'll probably be going live from the hotel. I'll need something to do in the evening because I won't be hanging out. But we're raising money for that because it's very expensive. But I don't want baby girl not to experience. Please come back. I would love to. You know what? Let's talk. Reach out stage. Maybe we could set a book signing up or something in Youngstown or something like that. I would gladly love to come back. Because even that signing didn't turn out too well. But, it was a nice drive. But it turned out I didn't sell that many books back then. But, I'm always open to have conversations, or if somebody's church needs a speaker, or if your church does not have a mental health ministry, I create those. Haven't been to Georgia. I think last time I was in Georgia was 2017, 18. I think we went to Georgia. My wife had a pageant. I haven't been to Georgia since. So, and I have some friends. Actually, a friend of mine, she just moved to Georgia working for the government. So I have people all over. So I want to start trying to travel. The whole COVID thing threw me off. But I do want to travel, but I do want to create. And I do speak. I work in mental health for 211. IS 211? My old school? No. Oh, okay. Got you. But, yeah, I used to work at the IS 211 here in Brooklyn. But, yeah, I'm here, guys. And listen, if you got churches, other events coming up, y'all need a speaker or something like that, let me know. I would love to come and teach and talk. It's what I do. I work with churches here in Delaware, Maryland, and one in Alabama. But the Alabama was a virtual situation, so. But I have been invited to speak at a church in Maryland. I definitely do work with the church here in Delaware on a regular basis. And I have virtual counseling all over the country and a couple people in Europe. So I do what I do, but it's tough. Because, again, I work for myself. And it can be difficult, but this is what it is. And I had a couple of government contracts, but once the government changed over, I need to get to Cali. Have not been to Cali since 2003. I was in Palm Springs, hung out in LA. I was a whole different man back then. I was out in the big girl circles, the BBW circles when I came out in 2003. We went to Club Bounce, I think was the name of it. We stayed in Palm Springs for a week, partied in LA, and then came back. Yes, I have to refill my cup. The cup is full. It's just now we got to figure out how I can expand the cup so I can help other people. When you're a service provider, you need people to service, or you don't make any money. And a lot of people would rather spend money on partying than mental health, and I can't force them. We need you in the Bay Area with these youngs. And I've heard that. This is what I do, but it's again a matter of folks want flash. I'm an old head, and sometimes people want a certain look. That's why you have a whole tour of influencers traveling around talking about relationships. But if you really listen, a lot of them haven't been married that long, so what are they teaching? But it sound good, and they're flashy, and it makes for great content. I don't know how much healing that they're doing. Not many people want an old 56-year-old dude telling them what he used to be. But that's why my market is 40 to 70-year-olds. Other old heads know what I'm talking about. And my target audience is men and women 40 to 70. They hear it. Now, the younger folks who get me, they get it. And some folks who are older, they get it too. But this social media thing, yeah, it's more about the optics. And if they want Unk to hang out, they want the Unks that's gonna be out here acting crazy. That ain't me. I ain't tap dancing acting crazy for nobody. Let the cats who want to do that do that. There's some paper I don't need. You're not going out here and make me embarrass myself. I went through that with The Biggest Loser, Makeover, whatever, Extreme Makeover. I was up for Biggest Loser, Extreme Makeover, and some show on Lifetime. And I had to turn them down because what they required of me, I wasn't accepting. And a couple of them even said they wanted me to take my cross off from around my neck. And I was like, nah. And The Biggest Loser, I was up for twice and turned it down simply because they have you fill out a 25-page situation. And I asked, where does all that information go? And they said, we're not at liberty to say. Then I don't want to be on your show. You're not going to take 25 pages about my life and then not tell me what you're going to do with it. And what I learned is that when you hear people say, I don't know where that information got leaked out, when you hear people in Hollywood say that, it's because they filled out so much information to get on that people save that. And if you become famous, they'll put that back out there. I'm like, nah. Yeah, they had a problem with the cross. They asked me, they said I would have to take the cross off. And I said, no. And I said, you wouldn't tell somebody to take their yarmulke off. So why you asking me to take the cross off? And they got offended. And then when I told them I didn't want to do the Lifetime show, they then hit me back and said, we can pay you X, Y, and Z. I said, why didn't you offer that at first? You wanted me to tap dance for free. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And me and the gentleman from the Extreme Makeover, when I came down to Philly and we did the interview, he said, well, don't you feel uncomfortable being a big PE teacher? Don't you think that's serving the wrong message? I said, no. I am a person that can explain to kids the mistakes of when you're playing basketball or football, how heavy you're going to get once you stop playing. So he had said something. I said, let me ask you a question, sir. How many children have you taught? He said, none. I said, so who's the professional here, me or you? How are you going to question what I do when you've never done it? And you're going to criticize me when I'm telling you what I've seen and you're now ignoring that. And he got offended, and I knew I wasn't going to be on that show. And it's okay because I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. So I got up, I shook his hand, and I said, you take care. TV ain't for me. And again, I have no problem with being non-compliant because the thing that I'm not going to allow is disrespect. And you're not going to judge me and then try to put me in a box and react to your judgment. Not going to happen. I don't need money that bad. I always stand on business because the thing that you got to understand is as long as it never gets into your hand, what did you miss? What did you lose? And if I have to let a part of me go to get it, then what did I do? Nah. No is the shortest and firmest sentence in the English language. It is the smallest, firmest sentence on the world. No. It's a full sentence. So I don't worry about it. And I accept, and I spent so much time by myself that I'm okay if that's where I finish up at. Because at the end of the day, I'm never actually by myself. I got a powerful God that watches over me, but I don't have to project that. I am that. Or as Jesus said, when you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I own that. And I try to be like that. I've grown to say it more. You have to. I may do a live on the power of the word no. What stand man to gain? Let's go. Come on now, Richard. There you go. You understand? And people don't understand what that means. You gain the whole world, lose your soul. Was it worth it? And here's the thing I'm going to leave you with before I jump off, right? How many people do you see in entertainment, music or movies, that the minute that they step away from it, they run to some type of faith-based positioning? Why do all these entertainers and musicians, the minute they get away from it, run to some type of spiritual positioning? I believe it's because what they were exposed to. How many of them become pastors? How many of them become preachers? How many of them find a spiritual positioning after they get out? And I believe it's because what their soul has had to witness to be able to do what they do. And they need to be able to be comfortable with themselves. So they run to a positioning of spirituality, whether it's Christian, Muslim, or whatever. That's not by accident. It's not by accident. And the worse that they were in the entertainment fields, the deeper that they become to their faith. There's something to that. So my thing is, why go dance with that devil only to try to fight my way back? No reason. And if money is the reason why I got to climb into a pit of hell, I'm good. Exactly. Exactly. But they're collected spirits because there's so much to feed off of. I'm good. Sometimes you got to distance yourself from the crowd just to be able to see the demons that are coming at you. When you're up in the mix, you're in the mix with other people's demons too. Now you're in a war that you didn't set out to be in. I'm good. I'm good. Even Jesus had to go spend some time by himself. I'm good. I am good. So there's a lot to be learned without having to beat people over the head with scripture. It's a matter of how you carry yourself. Unfortunately, too many of us in the church have forgotten that, or we never knew it, so we don't share it or teach it. But anyway, let me get off. It's 2:00. I'm later than I thought I would be. Guys, I want you to have a wonderful weekend. I thank you for everything. I appreciate you. Let me go do the daddy thing, get myself together. My wife should be picking up my son anytime now. I'll see you on a little bit. All right, keep liking, keep sharing. And again, send anybody over to YouTube. And if you need a counseling session, reach out. My information is in my bio. Thank you so much. And I'll be doing my thing for baby girl's birthday tomorrow. The cupcakes should be on their way here as well. Take care, guys. God bless.